Didn't see you there. Welcome back to the UEL. So we had a small technical difficulty, but I do want to give y'all an update. Call of Duty did happen, and I want to give credit over to the Trollz. They went ahead and won it. They actually got a quick lead, and from what I heard, there was quick communication from Havoc to Psycho saying in the game, and Psycho found a motorcycle and ended the game. So
it just goes to show just how much of, because again, all three of you guys played F1 next. All three of you guys played together very closely as a team within the Bucks, and now you guys have all kind of are doing your own thing.
On the league, yeah.
Right, doing your own thing now, and we have both Havoc and Psycho. They already have that synergy. They already know each other extremely well, and
that trust is there. Like literally, like if something came up and Havoc's like, cool. Go basically in the game.
Yeah.
You're going to trust him because it's like, okay, we know enough that we're like, Havoc's calling this for a reason. It's similar to, I think a lot of teams, that's the synergy that you're hoping to build.
Yeah.
And I know the Trolls same way when they play each other. If you're playing Fortnite with Cordy and Bosif and they're like, stand here, throw grenades. Guess what? I'm standing here and over and over and over again. F1 is the next game. And I'm wondering if you send in TLG or Cordy here.
That is a really interesting one because for F1, I know or at least I'm not going to say I know for a fact, but I foresee Solo going into this game.
Yeah, if you tell me you're the best racer in one of the games, the racing category is one of those things that I trust that you have great fundamentals to be able to translate that. Like, hey, car drift is kind of floaty. In some cases, really difficult to control your car, but F1, it's a driving game. You just have to understand those subtle differences. So Solo, I'm looking at it, and again, best racer in the league.
So he says.
Now, you and I looking at each other just going like, the juries and the chicken techs are sitting at home like, you say you're the best at what?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm happy to always see, again, a confident rookie racer coming in. And it looks like QWERTY's going to be the option from the Trollz.
And I called it. It's going to be Solo.
Both seem to be locked in and ready to go. So
I'm actually a little upset.
What?
Because Solo said that he was going to bring in his pedal. He said he was going to bring in a wheel and all types of stuff. And I don't see it. I'm starting to think that he doesn't have one.
I'm starting to think 2 minutes ain't enough time to plug all that. I gotta pick it up.
Yeah, bro. It's like, yeah, no, go ahead and bring all that stuff in. You're gonna be sitting here for about 3 minutes.
Days. Look, coach, every racing game, just use the timeouts there. I need it for time to set up. Look, I got you with the win. Trust me. Were you watching that car drift situation?
Yes.
It was fun, right? Watching everybody disqualify and then almost do it again.
I wonder how you disqualify yourself like that.
Time.
Though.
Every one of the maps has a different time limit to it. If you play the single player mode, they give you like 5 minutes, which unless you just run into the wall for 4.5 minutes, you probably won't time out. The onlines don't. And very clearly, only one person figured that out. I want to go over, though, for people just jumping in, giving a quick update. So the Trollz so far, the first game to spin was Yu-Gi-Oh! We had to step back from that, and we went to Car X Drift, which the Trollz managed to take. Then we went to Street Fighter. That was an FF by the Bucks. TLG was available. Made a lot of sense. From there, we went to Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is where the solo has come in with great piloting of a great Dragon-made deck there. We went then to Texas, or KOF, Texas, Madden, and Call of Duty.
Humunculus was the one that won the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game.
Yes.
I like these.
And we saw a bunch of wins back-to-back from the Bucks here. And we are looking, we will let you know who's on top and bottom shortly, but already a pretty contested race. Both are trying to play, and DNF Duel, another fighting game coming up. And TLG is available.
I don't think TLG actually plays DNF very often, so I'm assuming that it might be Havoc if he's available. But I'm gonna talk about this F1 real quick.
Oh no! About that, you asked, you were gonna say something, and now the race is over.
No, who was on the bottom? Oh no! And Solo is on the bottom.
Nah, I'm gonna be fair on this one. Every racer in the UEL has to do that at least once. They are so confident that they take a line that is risky, and in Solo's case, he got introduced to the back of one of his opponent's cars very quickly.
Bro, that's unfortunate.
So that is a win for the Trollz in F1. On immediately in the DNF duel. So I will answer your question. Yes, TLG plays a little bit, not one of his stronger fighting games.
But he's got to go in anyway.
Yes. He's fought Havoc's Vanguard. Me and Havoc still chat a little bit. I helped him with Vanguard early on in last season. But just set him up to let him. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't keep him on all the time. You feel it. You feel a little bit of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But Havoc's Vanguard's also pretty good. I'm interested to see if someone else on the Trollz. A lot of them played Launcher last season. Didn't have a whole lot of DNF experience. So I don't know. This feels very winnable, depending on if Sparrow and Gravity. What?
No Pizza Man. He's on the Bandits. There's no Pizza Man.
Pizza Man is the GOAT.
No Pizza Man for DNF, bro. And we didn't even get to see him yesterday.
It was sad.
I'm sad.
We would have lost if Pizza Man had been there.
Yeah, 100%. 120%.
Pizza sweep's always in effect. But all right. So Gravity and Sparrow both mean up. I don't know either one of their understandings of fighting game. I don't think either one has huge experience, from my understanding. From what I remember from the Combine, I think talking with Gravity, he wasn't big, but he did say that he was holding back. Something that, speaking with Pop Candle especially, he felt that, and then like after being drafted, he was like, yeah, I was holding back a little bit. I didn't show and say everything I could do. So we might see maybe a little undercover, like, okay, I know how to do a little bit more than I said. But the thing is, again, TLG is still TLG.
Mm-hmm.
Now my question is, are lineups correct? Maybe not on the screen. Maybe they don't account for the F1 that just got played.
Well, we will find out here shortly. But it does look like we have TLG and Bosif going in. Gravity
and Sparrow. Maybe they're just having a solo set up the game. Maybe they're just having a solo set up the game. Okay.
I mean, and also TLG has to make sure that he's
TLG
not
Bosif. Keep going.
Just make sure that he's not lost it. Making sure that that just not being too cocky is essentially what I was
saying. That same storyline, like TLG and fighting games for the Trollz.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Trollz draft was very interesting because they did also pick up Acoustics, who is a proficient fighting game player.
Oh, absolutely.
But with him not here, a lot of that weight is going to fall on TLG. And if TLG happens to lose, I think they FF there. I think you just...
It may have been set up. That's what I'm saying. A lot of, like, coming from last season into this season, the setup is, there's a lot of pressure. A whole lot of pressure.
For fighting games, it's unacceptable, though. The fighting games are almost like, literally, you change nothing.
Go ahead, sit back down at the consoles.
Oh, my goodness, UFC. At least you get 4 minutes. At least you get 4 minutes to figure this one out. No, I think they just realized TLG was available and didn't really have somebody to play. I'm interested in the Bosif pick.
Again, like, but you also mentioned that that Gravity said that he was holding back, and so I would have loved to see a little bit of him at his full power. It's not even his final form.
Whenever somebody says you're holding back, now I'm interested. Like, are you just holding back on how good you are at the games you say you're good at, or maybe it's like, I'm okay at fighting games, and like. If I walked in here and said, like, hey, I'm a strategy player, and never once mentioned fighting games whatsoever, and then you saw me sit down and play, and you're like, you know a little bit more than just what you're letting on.
Yeah.
So, again, maybe that's just a situation. I think that might just be, I'm going to call it the TLG tax.
Okay.
The Trollz used to have to pay the troll tax, which was they didn't have a lot of great fighters, so they got put in rough positions. With TLG, they now get to tax other people. Can you beat TLG? If you can't, go ahead and give us that forfeit, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll take that.
Go ahead and
I'll
hand
take
it
that all
over.
day. I'll take that all day. But
Keep it moving.
they can't keep running away from TLG and these fighters.
Yeah.
You know, I believe they forfeit Street Fighter because TLG was in. Now they're forfeiting DNF. Now, granted, they did a really good job
In KOF.
KOF, and TLG was in. I think that's one of the games that he's not too proficient in.
This is again nothing against TLG. That is one of the fighters you play TLG in. DNF is.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Okay.
Yeah, like Street Fighter, that is one of his bread and butters. Dragon Ball Fighters, bread and butters. But when you get to like the Guilty Gears and the DNFs, he just doesn't have the same level of proficiency and time in, and you can take those games from him, especially if you have some experience in it. But again, that's some scouting, some understanding of everything that's going on. UFC low-key Brent going in against G-Ravity.
You know what? I also want to mention, and you know, we keep talking about like TLG and Bosif and Cordy, but like one person who stays super silent is low-key Brent himself, right? What does he specialize in? What games does he specialize in? I know sports.
He's good at sports. Last season we saw him be kind of the key racer for the Trollz. They consistently put him in as a key racer. But again, I like that point out of him being silent. He's always, it felt like last season, every time I looked at him, someone that did what was asked of him to the best of his ability. Sometimes he just ran into better racers, and it happens in this league, right? Like you're gonna run into somebody sometimes that is like their game or something they practice specifically, and you just end up having to deal with that. But every time, I trust him to be able to, like, if he's one, this is a sports game, but just in general, be ready to play. G-Ravity, on the other hand, we don't know what's coming out, but a timeout from the Trollz to ensure they can get their setup all good and together. Was that 4 minutes? These setups feel really fast. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I sit down and think about it, the setups.
That's the whole point.
And it told me that's the point of the setups, is to be fast.
Yeah.
Well, my team didn't mess up. So we're gonna keep it pushing on that one. UFC is an interesting game because I always wonder, like, what are people's strategies? How much, like, how do you like to play UFC? How, if you know UFC, you know the fighters. Kind of like you in KOF. If I throw a KOF character at you, you kind of know what they do enough to deal with it. In real life in UFC, you got to know, oh, is this someone that's good at submissions, grapples? Is this somebody that's good on their feet? Do they have powerful legs and break your legs?
Right.
Okay, a nice glove touch. So both of them seem to have played at least some. And here we go, both stepping up and looking. We see both players going ahead and swinging. So the blue gloves, I believe, will go ahead and be the
Bucks, I'm sorry.
And red will be...
Oh, nice kick. So the Trollz are, like you said, in the red gloves. So it looks like we're getting a lot of pressure by low-key, and G-Ravity is doing the same thing as well. And it just, nice uppercut.
All right, so I like that G-Ravity's immediately getting some space. It shows that he's losing out of some of these trades, and I don't think he's found Brent's timing yet. I think he's trying to just do a lot of counter shots the moment that Brent is going ahead and swinging at him, trying to counter, but he just doesn't have the timing down a little bit.
Oh,
a big foot to the face.
My gosh, nice kick.
One thing that's really different, I think, from last season, and you will realize this, you don't have those same stamina bars to help you manage stamina and everything going on with your character. You kind of have to be more situationally aware about how much you've done. And I'm wanting to see how that plays out for both these players. G-Ravity finally finding some punches, and immediately Brent answers back.
Wow, very nice kick from G-Ravity, but G-Ravity doesn't know how to get away from that pressure. He keeps trying to apply pressure at the same time the pressure is being put on him, and it's not ending up well for him. You see what I mean?
Foot to the chin. You gotta watch that. he took 3 shots for 2 there.
Yeah, and that's a lot of damage. Right, but it's still a lot of I see a lot of spacing as well, and we got the backhand. Okay.
Now this is my thing is I wonder if Gravity is like looking for a big shot to maybe get a KO here, and it just seems like Brent is like, I'm more than willing to let this go a few rounds. You and me play back and forth. I'm gonna keep playing safe, and I'm not gonna do anything crazy.
Yeah. And as we see a lot, and he answers back. Low key gets kicked right in the chin again, and again here we go with applying a lot of pressure. Oh my God!
This is your chance. Gravity should surge forward here. He has to try to make an opening. That's a big kick. We finally see Brent on the back foot. He's been dictating the pace this whole time, and Gravity finally landed one of those big blows. Another one. And now, he's dazed. He's dazed. Now your body's getting targeted. What are you gonna do? And he's still watching for this foot now because it's caught him twice now. And it looks like Gravity's kind of now relying on that, thinking that it's going to catch him again. You got to rotate your options, though. You can't just keep going for the same thing.
They have a certain pattern, and I see that Gravity is now going for that. Oh my gosh! And knocks him right on down. Absolutely, look at the shocked look on everybody's face. Oh my gosh! Gravity just hit him with that.
Let me see it again.
Ah, dang! Right there. Night. Don't let the rug buds bite.
He really went 1.
Got him.
2. He said, "Look, you got the first 2 for free."
They third one 3 times.
This third. Yeah, the third kick. My man hit him. What my body doing?
Oh man, that was
body doing that right there. CTR's the next game.
I didn't even notice the wheel spin, bro.
That's how you know it's a good match. When you don't see the wheel spin, it's always good.
All right, so we have CTR. It's been one of those games that's been on and off the wheel, right? So that means that Solo does have the opportunity to really show what he can do, as we saw in F1. But at the same time, Solo, this isn't your average racing game at all.
I'm looking at it like if Solo says he's the best racer and plays CTR, I might have to actually look at him because you playing CTR is crazy.
Yeah,
you want to like 32 players in the world that play CTR, which is crazy. The Trollz, they like you said, they got some experience on their team, so I expect them to have a little bit of something. But again, Solo, keep it coming. You the best racer in the league.
You know, and also a person that we haven't really talked very much about is Rafiki. He's on the lineup. He's playing today too. Now, granted, he played. What was the first shooter that we saw him? Did we see him play a shooter? No, it wasn't. No, he did really well in Car X Drift.
Yes, he was in Car X Drift. Yes,
he was in Car X Drift. I really haven't seen a lot from Rafiki tonight, but I want to see just how much he's grown in the last season. He did really well last season on the Trollz. He showed a lot of leadership on the Trollz, and I want to see if that has carried over into this season. And I know that he also just got a PC as well. So
that's big.
Yeah, I know he's really big in the Apex as well. So I just want to see something from him.
So you looking for some Apex Rafiki action?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because he did show out in Titanfall last season. We got to know that like that world, the Apex, the Titanfall world, he does show out. And again, I agree. From what I've heard as well, kind of being around the league, is the Trollz have given him a little bit greater of a coaching kind of position. I think the way he's carried himself and applied even with the situation has put him in a position where I think in game, like he's one of those calm, cool, collected people. Him and Havoc are the type of people that, okay, that happened. Let's just keep going with our game plan. We'll figure it out and we'll handle it. But again, that UFC win,
I think that may have been another forfeit for CTR. And we got StarCraft. I feel like that might be another forfeit coming. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't look like. I think the Bucks have used 2 forfeits since, so I think they should be at 3 or 2. Sorry.
So when talking with him, know he was quote unquote holding back. But I did talk with, when talking to Gravity, ask him what he played in the strategy category. He mentioned a couple of things. Then he mentioned StarCraft. Being a StarCraft player, I asked him question, and he specifically gave me an answer that was specific enough to where I was like, StarCraft, like actual names of things, well enough that you play StarCraft, but I think unfortunately he is not available because it should be him plus 2 more for CTR and then 4 for StarCraft.
And he's not a coach.
Sparrow is a strategy player. Look, to be honest, I want to see some StarCraft. I played some average to below average StarCraft yesterday, so I need to see people play better than me.
Okay. I love the fact that we have Sparrow here now, right?
Yes.
He's in everybody's Discord. Everybody's. And like it's really good to put, at least for me, because y'all can't see him, he still create a character. But it's really good to put a face to a name, bro.
Yes.
Because now that I actually get the opportunity to meet him, now I'm like, what can I expect from you?
Yes.
Show me something. And even for last season's, like, when not even the scrimmage, but when we were trying to get all of the games up for, this season and everything up and running and making sure everything was good to go, he was one of the main people who were like, yo, can I come down?
Yeah.
He unfortunately wasn't able to make it, but now he's here. And so now it's just like, yo, show me something. Show me the reason you were so excited to come down here to be an ultimate end gamer.
Yeah, and a lot of people have him pegged as one of the stronger players from this draft class. And like a lot of people I know had his eyes. He was one of those people months ahead of time playing, like you said, with everybody. And so it really is his chance, I think, to shine. Strategy players are hard to find here in the UEL. True strategy players.
Oh, yeah.
I say that to say, like, some people out there be like, well, I'm a strategy player. There's a difference between playing the strategy games on the wheel specifically. So playing, I play Dead by Daylight. Yeah, cool. But do you play League? Do you play StarCraft? Do you play now Texas, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon? That's such a wide variety of games that I'm always wondering. So as someone that does have experience in strategy, because I know he plays League, I want to see him can maybe step up in some of those other categories. But I'm just looking on the other side. I will stand by the fact that last season, me and Havoc, anybody not named Billy, Havoc and I together could have beaten anybody not named Billy in StarCraft.
Well, good news is Havoc's going in.
I don't know who that's good news for.
And the crazy thing is we have to see if they have somebody to counter Havoc.
I'm just going to say, the greatest joy to me right here is for the Bucks to come out and play StarCraft. I want this game played more. League, Titus, until the league plays it, don't take it off the Wii.
Just like Wreckfest, bro, you have to, a certain amount of people need to master it first.
Yes. Those are the UEL's vegetables. Until they eat it, they ain't moving.
Well, y'all can't be forfeiting Wreckfest if that's the case.
I'm not a coach.
And honestly, one thing that I remember hearing, at least from Baba Yaga, is that he doesn't like to lose. He hates to lose, and he's a very competitive person. So and I know for a fact that he's going to do it. He's going to take all of this, everything that's happening, he's going to take that in stride, and it looks like that was somebody forfeit.
I don't think so. I think it was 9-2. Call of Duty, Street Fighter.
You're right. They won UFC.
They won. Yeah. They won UFC. Trust me, that third kick it still got me as well. One. Now that UFC got me messed up too. Kick to the head. Goodness. Almost like it wasn't Wreckfest. Crazy. By the way, if anybody needs me after the game, I'll be running suicides in the UEL parking lot. We're waiting for StarCraft 2 to get set up and run. I'm happy, though. That is one of maybe the biggest boons that I can say is that there might actually be more people playing StarCraft. StarCraft is a game that I just think is hard to get into. It's one of those difficult games, kind of like fighting games, that like the learning curve to immediately get in the game can be a little bit steep because the game does do a great job of teaching you what is going on.
Right.
And so I'm hoping that, again, all it takes is one or two people to be able to get you in, for you to be able to kind of get over that barrier, and I think start to enjoy StarCraft. But we got 50 seconds, and I'm looking to see, do you know how to set it up?
That is a good question, but Strix, I've just got an announcement here. It looks like you are actually being traded to the Germana Summer Gaming team.
Okay.
So you're no longer.
Okay. That's crazy. That's a crazy statement. We'll still win more Wreckfest than the Cobra. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh man. Oh man.
Okay, 10 seconds left on setup. We'll see if we can get to this StarCraft game. I know Mr. Fear played a little bit from his time on the Gorillas with Jekyll, and then I know the Bandits have been learning it some. And then I'm looking at this. What do these rookies have? Baba Yagins, Homunculus. Homunculus did surprise me in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, man.
So, like, yo, he might have to come out because he knew his Dragon Maid deck. He might be cooking a little bit. We do play 4v4, and that format's a little bit different. Yeah, so we can start. Let's go. We are looking at Havoc to your face.
And also on the bottom, we got Mr. Baba Yaga there.
The GM himself focused up. So, for those that don't know how we play StarCraft here in the league, normal builds 4v4. The big difference is that at 15 minutes, you are unable to build anything else, and the last team standing wins. So it's a lot about like understanding the early to mid game portion of StarCraft. As you can see, Havoc kind of putting his build together and doing his best here to just keep going. I'm trying to look on the mini map, seeing if we see any scouting while we get another wheel spill going on. I already like it. Got his gateway going down, assimilator up, and is moving. I wonder how much the other Trollz and Dead by Daylight
just talked about that.
Coming right back. Headshot. So once again, Havoc is still moving along. So the big thing I want to see here is how much, because me and Havoc had a little bit of a joke to where we both were like, we have to literally redo what we do for StarCraft because we both know what the other person wants to do. So I'm interested to see where he's going to. Now he's just mining his resources, getting everything going. He'll be dropping a cyber core. It looks like he still has taught his team how to build a wall. Well, this is Flame, so Flamin has already worked with us. Essentially, this wall is to protect him from early cheese and or attacks. We haven't seen too much cheese actually in the league, and so it ends up working pretty well. But essentially, what it is there will be opportunities to kind of all in or attack your opponent super early before they have any defenses up.
Okay.
For lack of a better way to say it, it's a sucker punch.
Yeah.
And if you manage to get that knockout, then that's enough to like knock out even on one or two people is enough to swing the StarCraft game really, really well. It looks like he's just monitoring, keeping up what's going on. He has a little bit of downtime. There's not a whole lot to do right now immediately. So he got his cyber core down here. So I'm expecting he's going to go ahead and get his.
Yo, he is building a fortress, bro.
Yes. So Havoc is going for air. He's going to take another base here. He's looking. He. Funny enough, this looks pretty familiar to what he normally does. I think he also had started Warp Gate, which is good. We're flipping over here now to Rafiki, I believe. No, we should be on the opposite team. So somebody here playing Zerg very clearly has an idea of what they're doing. They've already expanded, which they should have done. There seems to be a scan going down.
It's Mr. Fear.
Mr. Fear, I see you.
Let's go, Fear.
Fear, and here we go. Fear's a little bit slower. So this is one of those examples of where I can tell some of the experienced Protoss player or Protoss, but StarCraft players. It's just about the timings of where stuff comes out. StarCraft is, in my opinion, a game of attention and timing. So you can kind of see here, he has a few workers that are just kind of standing there not doing anything, which tells me like you've played a little bit. Maybe you did the tutorial, but you don't understand exactly how everything works. Like right there, he just forced all of his workers to stop what they were doing to go to that one patch and basically reset them. and now is looking to build something. He's looking to build a thing that requires gas, but doesn't have anybody mining that gas. So like, hey, you want to buy a soda, but you got no quarters for the machine, and it doesn't accept dollars. You got to make sure you have the right resource to do whatever you need to do. Um, and so again, it looks like you have some understanding of what you need to do, but you don't know exactly how to do it. Dropping a bunker here. Now we're on the flame.
And let me get this right. Flame is also building a bunch of walls.
Yes. So Flame's entire thing was him and Havoc have worked together enough to be able to know that, hey, like, we protect early, and then we have a timing that we want to go on and attack at a specific point. He's building double factory here. I'm assuming he's just gonna go for siege tanks. Would be my first guess. Flame sometimes likes to go for some of the bigger stuff. He's now getting his second base. This is actually one of the slower StarCraft games. I think that usually the teams that play StarCraft tend to be a little bit quicker. So I'm just looking here to see exactly what are people's intention here. I'm assuming Havoc is going to be the person that kind of initiates and starts the attack, or like decides when the team wants to play, or that's who they're going to play off of. It did though look like, hey, the people over on the Bucks have some idea of what's happening, so he's just waiting here. Oh, he's building a cyclone. Interesting.
And what's the cyclone?
It's a flying unit, if I remember correctly, that is able to attack from a pretty good distance. And so it's pretty good at harassing. It could be a little bit later than I think you normally see it, but it might not be the worst thing, especially in some of the fights where in the league, a lot of people just attack move into each other. They just, hey, everybody go swing.
Yeah.
Whoever's last standing wins.
Yeah.
And a few Zerglings, okay.
One thing I noticed about, is that an attack?
That was a few more Zerglings, but I think he realizes that he might not be able to get away with it now. And now Mr. Fear is looking for what he wants to build.
One thing that I really noticed about StarCraft is it's big on timing, right?
Yes.
You need to have a certain amount of things done within a certain amount of time.
Yes.
And if you start to fall behind, that could actually be your demise. Like it can ruin you.
Yes, it's so much is going on here. So right now we have an attack coming out actually from. It looked like the Bucks sent some of their Zerglings. They managed to get through the wall, but there was enough defenses to stop it.
Yeah.
So what we didn't see, I think, this entire game was some scouting coming out of either team. And normally what that tells you is, hey, what are you working on? And then you use that information to make your decisions.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, that's what scouting. Obviously, that's what scouting is for. But at the same time, they could just be confident in themselves as far as the Trollz that they don't believe that the Bucks are gonna do a move like that. And I mean, it goes back to underestimating your enemy.
Yes.
Possibly, potentially.
I definitely agree. Sparrow has left the game. I think we might be getting a forfeit here. I don't see a reason to have left the game if you're not just going to go ahead and forfeit. Otherwise, realizing, and we see the forfeit pop up there, that Havoc's attack, which came in right around when expected, that right around that 7-8 minute mark, was enough to go ahead and end. I think they realized when they lost their army, like, oh wait, we can't really do too much. That is another FF out of the Bucks.
Now, I do believe that this may be the Bucks. I think they only have one forfeit left, and I could be wrong here, but I think that there was a forfeit that was done that may still be on the board. And again, I could be wrong.
I'm trying to remember. They forfeited Street Fighter, DNF, StarCraft, and then I think I'm missing. No, they have 3 FFs yet, so that should be right.
Okay.
That should be right, unless, again, let us know, chat, and production will let us know if their forfeits are exactly right. StarCraft, again, nothing too crazy. I'm looking at the Bucks. It shows me that people have played it. They have some knowledge of the game. The unfortunate thing is that the level of skill that you need to be able to 1v4 in the format we play in the league is a little bit higher. And so you have to not just be good on your timings, you have to be able to properly attack and assess what's going on. I'll say better than average StarCraft for the league. Two teams with people that kind of look like what they were doing. We didn't see any bases built next to each other. We didn't see any you know, like anything that I could clearly point out is you don't know at all what you're doing. It was mostly like you touched the game, you've done the tutorial, you might want to watch a video or two a little bit more. But we got Dead by Daylight next.
One thing that I really want to highlight is what you said earlier about knowing the format. I think that is one of the biggest issues or biggest skill issue. That's not the word I want to use. But that's the biggest difference that a lot of players see, or a lot of rookies see when they first come into the league, right? Is learning the format to the games. That was one thing that, and the reason I use this example so much is because I saw it firsthand. It was Hogeki, right? When he played Tekken, he was not very familiar with the format. And after he lost, he was just like, okay, I didn't know that was the format. I understand now. I need to learn from this.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. And so I think that a lot of the players that are on the Bucks, honestly, almost all of them outside of Fear, don't really understand the format. And because they don't understand the format, they're not understanding what's going on.
Yeah. Coming from last season, I think I'm gonna put it at for like highly applied players. You probably take 3 games. You because it's not just your games. You have to get used to your games and the games you don't normally play. You have to get used to, like you said before, setups, which are a lot more punishing this season. I don't want to just say that they're harder, but I think that your room for mistakes isn't as great, and so it's expected that you are on a higher level.
Yeah.
Immediately. And we're getting stuff in for DVD. We'll let y'all know exactly what's happening. So the survivors actually went to the Trollz.
Fear is the killer. I'm interested to see what's about to happen here.
So shout out to Mr. Fear. He does stream actually over on Twitch, where we are, one of the locations you can catch us on. And he actually plays Dead by Daylight pretty consistently. So, and he plays Killer. And him being Killer, I'm interested to see, because I know he's always interested to play, but I don't know if we've ever seen him actually in game. And I'm interested to see which Killer he plays, because he plays, I believe, a few different Killers, and this should be fun to just. I want to now see this bigger test of Psycho Havoc, Rafiki, and QWERTY. I like this because, again, you're bringing in QWERTY, a lot of energy early on, but you have the balance of Rafiki and Havoc, I think, to keep everything kind of even out.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have Psycho, Havoc, which is another core. So this hopefully should be a cohesive unit, but this is one of those games, again, that you have to be talking with your team about what are we doing, what's our goal, what is our condition, how are we going to handle this? Because a Killer, kind of we saw last week with Phoenix, in the game in minutes.
Honestly, again, will be a true testament to the Trollz and their practice. I know that they've become a really close-knit team, and so this will really show just how well they've synergized together. And we're going to find out what killer we have, or what killer Fear is on, here in just a little bit. I really hope that is Chucky. Bro, I saw Chucky once. And I was like, oh, yes, please.
Such a menace of a character.
Little demon baby.
Worst horror movie. Looking from there, what we just saw, I am pretty sure that we have a Wraith on our hands.
All right.
So the bell tolls for thee, don't get caught lacking. We got another role going directly into Valorant, so more shooters on the wheel. Taking a hit here, it looks like Psycho, but he's still managing to run, create a little bit more space. Is he still being chased? Yep. He's still just trying to create a little bit more space, buy a little bit more time. He was working on a gen. We can see that his teammate on PC, it looks like 8 is. He managed to lose the killer, but his teammate got hit in the meantime. Has he recognized that he's not being chased at and maybe wants to take an opportunity to get back to work here on one of the gens? Mr. Fear is focused up. I love this already. So we're bopping around cameras, and I just want to highlight this. We saw for a second somebody run in and was solo to one of the screens. He's what looks like the Bucks are already getting ready for that next setup. They don't want to lose anymore, and I'm happy to just see that. It's one of those small things. But here we go. We're on Fear now, and it looks like he is caught another person, and he has now damaged every single person on the Trollz. He's going to go ahead and get a quick kick here, start regressing that gen, and going back invisible to go check.
Cool. Yeah, we are watching Fear.
Yep, and Fear here is playing Wraith. Interesting pick. It's a pick you see a lot in the league. I think there's a lot of strength in just people not being able to see something. Finally gets his first down. This should be Psycho that he's picking up and carrying on over to the hook to, introduce to the entity.
Yep. And we already got our hook on, and now all he has to do, go invis. Let's find our next person.
And I will highlight that somebody on the team was healing or managed to get off a heal pretty quick, which is a good thing because he had everybody damaged, but most he's back to full. He's still running. Good job. Tried to lose him there. This might be another down. I think that run back wasn't great. He managed to dodge a hit, but couldn't get both. Heading back over, I think, towards the hook, expecting somebody to be looking for the play now. There probably was a call of being able to get the person off the hook, but it doesn't look like they're making that play. I just want to know, what is the strategy? They're trying to pull him thin. I think they're doing an okay job, but the fact that no gens have popped already, really it bodes well for Fear. He gets another down. That's low-key, whoever's on low-key Brent's account, I believe, is going to be picked up here and put on a...
That's Cordy.
That's Cordy? Okay. So they managed to get Flame, it looks like... no, I thought they were getting Flame off the hook. Maybe Flame tried to get himself off the hook or just entered a new stage. But now he just needs essentially 2 more people. So they managed to get him off the hook. Fear doesn't care. He's going to kick a gen. He knows that he just has to play this smart, and he will probably take this game no problem. Doing a little bit of checking. Somebody messed up a skill check. And I was going to say maybe that was intentional, but if you're still working on that gen, it is definitely not. Another hit. Once again, everybody's hurt. And we know that QWERTY is on a hook. That's going to be another down. And unfortunately, this will put, I'm pretty sure, Flame into his final life because I believe he was already below half health. He's going to immediately start struggling, and someone's going to have to come help him. And I heard I'm dead. I'm dead. He understood immediately. He was gone.
I don't think he knows that he's there. Oh, he just saw it. That's not good.
So I'm wondering, they might have to play for Hatch here if they want a chance. Couldn't make it to the pallet fast enough. That's another down. This is going to PC8. That would be Havoc. Now, they did do a good job of using all the same character to make it harder to distinguish who might have points and who might not. But now we know that all that is left is Rafiki, it should be. And he has to play, I believe, for Hatch. Like, he can make a play to get one of his teammates off the hook, but I don't even know if they have enough points. They finished 1 gen this entire game.
It's all up to the coaching here now.
Here we go.
If he's looking for that Hatch, oh no. Oh no.
Rafiki goes down here.
That's not good.
And it's even worse because you know that Brent, in this case, is on their last hook. If they get caught, they just die.
You're right.
And now the person that you had that seemingly didn't have any hooks, that might have been your best chance here at getting a win, is now in danger, and you have to go save them. This doesn't look good. Trying to body block to stop it. Nice job dodging the pallet. He didn't even turn around to look to see what he was doing. Luckily, Fear breaks the pallet, giving him a little bit more time, but doesn't really know the angles super well. Isn't able to get the save there. And I think this might be game.
Yeah, he's not falling into Pallet Town, bro.
And Havoc is down, was not able to go ahead and pick anybody up. And I think there is one more. There is one more. So Brent can come get Rafiki off the hook here.
You think he's going to do it, though?
No, just finished the gen, so we know exactly where he is. He was not, in fact, saving Rafiki.
Nope.
And so this is game. A nice sweep from Fear, giving his team another point in Dead by Daylight with all 4
They
survivors.
really needed that win.
Yes.
They really
Now
did.
it's yeah, that's just done.
He
with the
bows
power.
out, bro. He bows out.
Always a showman for the people. Mr. Fear is more than ready, more than happy to
I think we actually have enough time for one more game.
going into half. A merciless killer. And he looked over and said, "That's what I do.
Yep.
That's what he does." Mr. Fear hasn't gotten the chance to play and shows up with a clean sweep here on all of the Bucks. I think there was a little bit of a communication issue, I think, out there. It's still a young team. One thing that I'm going to speak for both the Cobras and for the Trollz here because we both made pretty big changes. Even though, like, I think cores are the same, it will take time for that synergy to come online. And especially for the Trollz, who I think have serious possibilities of doing damage, how well they synergize as a team is going to be what decides how far they can go.
Right.
Because I think against a team like the Bucks, it might not seem like a big of an issue. But even last season, I think the Bucks' struggle against teams like the Gorillas came down to the Gorillas playing more as a team and a cohesive unit than the Bucks were able to in more of those team games. And so I'm really looking at it to maybe see that as an improvement for the Trollz going into their next game.
Right.
The Bucks, once again, you got another win on the board. I think this first few games, you'll be looking to see, hey, so far, those games where you put one person in, you've managed to win. You won a Yu-Gi-Oh!, you won UFC, you've now won Dead by Daylight as Killer. You sent one person in.
Right.
So I said it about the Trollz. I'm going to say it to you now. Y'all need to work on that synergy because, hey, if y'all are winning your ones, then talking to each other, synergy, and working as a team is the reason you're not winning those team games.
Right.
You're not. It's not that you don't have the skill to compete.
That's right. That's true.
But these other people, Cordy and Bo Seif, have been playing together for how long? Beyond that, Rafiki as well as Brent, a part of that, have a whole season of playing together as well to build synergy. Psycho and Havoc have been doing that as well. And TOG's been in the league for so many seasons. He's played for multiple teams, had different teammates. He knows how to play his role when he comes in and define success. This is a group of people that, hey, cool, they have more of that existing synergy coming in. Looking at Valorant.
One thing that I want to capitalize on is that the Trollz last season weren't really looked at as a team to be afraid of, right? Like as a competitive team. And at one point they were struggling to get a win. Now, granted, the Bucks are a brand new team with one vet on the line, right? But the Bucks, as you're talking about them, I'm noticing they have an extremely strong lineup.
Yes,
An extremely strong lineup. They have a lot. They have a lot of knowledge in the UEL, a lot of knowledge in a lot of the games that they play, and so all they have to do is take all of that knowledge and turn it into skill.
yes. I want to still highlight, and this isn't just me trying to toot my own horn.
Yeah.
We were a team of rookies last season.
Yep.
This is not impossible. This is about good drafting, from what I've seen today, there's quality on that team.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
I'm looking at them to start building trust with one another, play games with each other, learn the format of the league. And we're not telling you that it's gonna be sunshine and roses.
Yeah. No. 100%.
But along the way, if y'all build that, there's no reason that when you come back around to the Trollz or playoff time, you're in playoffs, you can't start threatening even the best teams in the league.
Yeah. Yep.
And so this first game is the game that I remember saying after last season, cool, you've done one. You know kind of what you're in for. And the benefit is you're playing an experienced team, so you really know what you're in for. These are the losses that feel the worst and make you the most mad and make you want to grind harder. And I don't think the game is over. We're at halftime. We've seen bigger comebacks happen before.
Oh, yeah. And one thing that I want to capitalize on when it comes to at least the Bucks side, because we've driven this story for the Trollz and how they've become a formidable team, right? Like these guys, this is a scary lineup. But then let's go and talk about like the Bucks. As we all know, they're mostly rookies.
Yes.
Right? And like you were even saying last season, like honestly, I feel like last season was the season of the rookies because there were so many of you rookies that came into the league and literally scared some of these other teams.
Yeah.
Right? Now we have a whole new team. These guys may be losing, but I want them to take all of this into stride so that they can understand a little bit more of what this league is really about.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got Fear to really lead the charge, and this is where he needs to take his leadership skills and really use them.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, each game that they play this season will end up like today because they're playing stronger and stronger teams. And it's not to say that the Trollz aren't a strong team now, but what happens when you play one of the top tier 3 teams?
You are in the same division as the Eclipse. I need you to understand, like, you are in the division of a champion caliber team. I don't
Absolutely.
care how you want to phrase it. And to Fear and the Baba Yagins, what I'll say to you is the Bucks are in a team that have been bad in first halves and have been down. The second half is a completely new game. If they can get 10 wins and you can get 3, you can get 10 wins and they can get 3. It's about finding that line to get everybody together. I like seeing the attention to setups during DBD. Fear is doing his thing. Cool. Let him focus on doing it. PC. Get Valorant up. Have 4 of them running. Get everybody in the lobby so that all that needs to happen is you get your 5th and they get their other 4 PCs and you're in game. You're able to get this done. We had a technical timeout. So again, things happen. That's fine. But what I try to stress to everybody in this league, if you do everything in your power, the league understands.
Yep.
But if you are kicking your feet up and watching the game as though you're a spectator and not a player, you don't be surprised. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. I'm going to keep saying it until people get it. You make your own luck by being prepared for the moment that you can seize it.
Yeah. And another thing is, like you said, just making sure that you're prepared, learning from your experiences. You can't take this loss and just be like, well, that's it for me. That's it for us this season. We saw how that happened. We've seen that happen here at the league before.
Yeah.
And
people think they're going to come in and just dominate and win and be God.
These are the best, literally the best players in the world. Period.
Yeah.
In any esports league, these are literally the best players in the world. Because these guys don't just play 1 or 2 games. They don't just play 3 or 4 games. They have 33 games that they need to practice. 33. 32 if you're not counting Tekken 8 right now, and Tekken 8 is coming right down the street.
33 in like a 3-month period.
Yeah, bro. Like you don't have time to rest. You know how many times I gotta download games to get them set up for the following season? It's awful. But you know what? I bet you if they go to another tournament and they tried out the UEL the format, bro.
Okay.
The other, or if the people, the esports league players, Marty McFly,
Yeah.
one of the best Street Fighter players in the world, came into this league, and what happened? He got shut down.
You're great at Street Fighter, but we won't play that. Cool. You have one.
You're great at fighters, but that's all you got from me.
What happens when I put you over here? What happens when I put you here? What are you going to do? And it looks like we're going to be getting here into Valorant in 1 second.
I feel like, what's his name? Smeezy.
Yeah.
Smeezy looked like his brightness on his PC too bright, bro. My eyes. So
Crazy.
it doesn't look like we're playing with all of the characters,
Which is a smart decision if you do not play Valorant like that. Force limitations to maybe get an opportunity. Ooh, we get to see some Pokemon after after hack. I'm actually excited to talk about Pokemon.
Let's do it, man. I haven't played Pokemon since the Gen 2, bro.
Best gen. Pokemon fans will literally hate to hear that, but
What, Gen 2?
yeah,
Absolutely.
technically there's a bunch of problems with it, but
I don't care.
it's still the best gen.
I don't care.
I don't care
It
what
is
anybody.
literally the
Silver
best
and gold are top, so good. They're so
me that.
good. They're so
Give me
good.
that. All right. So, what we got here?
Valorant. So we play Swift Play here in Valorant, and one of the limitations that can be imposed if a team decides to, is you can only play the original free agents that were available with the game. This can force some teams and some players that are used to playing that whole brightness thing. Mostly brightness kind of bright.
Oh my god! Like nobody's
Oh.
business, bro.
Oh,
Turn the light out. I will make sure that happens for for the second half.
but
They doing my man's dirty.
But overall, like what it can limit people's roles because
I'm doing
people,
man's dirty.
a lot of times, in my opinion, people will find one character or one role, and we saw a peak there. Was that
I believe that was Post.
TLG? I saw TLG's name pop up. I think Post TLG.
Okay, I believe. Let's
Bosey
go.
with
No,
the
that's
kill.
Bosey
There we
throwing
go.
off.
We're
Okay.
on Bosey's perspective now. Okay, so the Trolls are getting their kills and moving around, looking at his knife.
I do believe that first person that we saw get killed was Baba Yaga.
Mm.
CLG got a kill. I think the game is broken. He's been working on his crosshair placement. Let's go, Psycho.
Bosey is super.
Is that?
happy.
Oh, that's.
I'm watching the kill
Okay,
feed,
now
so
we're
I'm able
watching.
to
Now
see
we're
it,
watching
yeah.
Psycho. Yeah, I got it.
It looks like Psycho might have been the first person in and ended up dying for his team. But like, hey, that's gonna happen. It looks like his team is still rallying pretty well. They're rotating back around. It looks like QWERTY has full control of A site. With TLG there, are they just playing for kills here? No, they managed to get it planted. And they're calling to each other, so I like these call out. That's Havoc going down. But we're getting a defuse. It went to half. Why did you stop? Did he think somebody else was there to stop him?
Maybe.
And it looks like
they still won.
the Trolls managed to get their kill. But that immediately tells me that the Bucks kind of know what they're doing here.
And that's good.
For those that are out there, if you're wondering about lineups, we have Bosey, TLG, QWERTY, Loki, Brent, and Psycho Flame going up against Smeezy, Sparrow, Homunculus, Baba Yaga, and G Ravity. From talking with players, we mentioned that G Ravity and Sparrow are both shooters. Homunculus, I don't know as much about, but
I think he's a strategy guy.
yeah, but Valorant's one of those shooters where I like it personally because you can find ways, like you have to be able to aim, but also you can find creative ways to.
That was a really good arrow.
Got it.
Oh my god.
Somebody's trying out that gun, and somebody.
All right, talk to him, communicate, let him know what's going on.
Are
Come
you
on,
gonna
Psycho.
That?
Psycho, come on, Psycho. Oh no, Psycho's down.
So this is a new, and that is Sparrow, I believe. There's a new gun that was just added this week that is a two-fire, basically sniper. We're seeing it right here on, and it hits
Havoc.
pretty hard. They're able to get some kills. QWERTY's still challenging. He has a long reload. If you use both shots, it's a much longer reload.
Oh,
Boxer
good stuff.
Corners, goes down, looks to swing again, whiffs. Are you just gonna let him reload?
Yeah, he is.
They might not know it's a
And he
two-shot
gets him
kill,
again.
and PC.
Go ahead,
goes
QWERTY.
down. There's one left here for the Bucks. Let's see what they have to try to make a play somewhere. QWERTY's still looking. He's just hiding here.
That is literally
Under
my
heaven.
favorite spot. And the QWERTY, he
One
didn't hit a
hit.
shot.
That was one hit. This next one should kill. And
He-
he
I
kept
cannot-
on the fire.
What is happening? Oh, QWERTY is going off.
not that
Oh,
bad.
let me see QWERTY's screen. Oh, I don't think his camera's working. I'm sad.
QWERTY's having fun. And this is one of those things that is definitely a little bit difficult.
It's okay.
All right, here we go. Once again, now we are looking at the Trolls. All right, now we're looking at the Bucks. This is Sparrow. We're gonna see how they attack. I'm liking that they're stacking one site, and he's looking across. Is he ready to play? All right, this is.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
placement.
He's
Let's see.
holding it. So I don't know if he was talking with somebody. I think that's enemy smokes to cover mid there. but he's just holding this angle. And I think what they're hoping is that the Trolls are willing to kind of make an aggressive play. They've managed to get a few early kills every single round, but haven't been able to convert it. And now it looks like they're playing together, kind of waiting and looking to, instead of like us making the first move, let them do something aggressive. We punish them for it, get an advantage, and play off of that.
I feel like that is a really good strategy. However, I feel like that also can be a double-edged sword. Oh, let's go, Sparrow with the sniper.
That is an operator. Any shot to any part of your body will kill you.
That's crazy.
So this is when people are confident in their shot and that ability just to hit that one move. They've taken control of mid and are now moving back around towards A. I like the idea. Sparrow, you have a dash, but maybe he wants to save it for something else. QWERTY has gone down. They should have full control of A. They should be able to get a plant off here. But kills are flying off the board. They're still up 3-2. This should be a Bucks win. Close the door and get set up. I don't know why you popped your dash here. What is your worry? There's a timer on it, so you don't just get it forever.
Yeah, I see that. And I don't think, like you said, why is he using the dash? I don't think that dash was used at a really good time because now you can't really see where he knows where he placed the plant, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that does give him the opportunity to really, like, catch them off guard. He is a really good sniper, which we've seen. But is that really going to pay off right now?
Here, luckily, it is a 1v1. It's him and Havoc.
Oh, my gosh.
And he was ready to take the shot.
I'll shut up.
So that's one of those situations where he has the bomb down. Havoc has to at some point move to try to stop it. And so he knows, hey, if he killed my team on the backside of the map, I can hold right here, wait for him to show up. I don't need to play aggressive because you have to stop me. I don't have to beat you. You have to beat me.
I'm controlling the pace. You are going to follow. One thing that I didn't like about their strategy in the beginning was all of them sitting in the same spot. Like, it's so easy to wait in your spawn and wait for them to come to you, and it's a double-edged sword. Like, you can either take advantage of that and pluck them off, or they can just swarm you.
Yes,
and it can be over in an instant.
Now the Trolls look like they're trying a little bit of cheese themselves.
Look at that giraffe.
There's an Odin that's waiting. This should be scanned out. They should be able to see him. But there's an Odin that's waiting here to possibly get a kill. It looks like there was a kill, but they're not checking their sides. And Sparrow got another kill with the op, though, so it's still 3v4. They're now pushing out to maybe get a kill. This could be a little bit dangerous, but Bosif is still managing to pick up kill after kill. Baba Yagins isn't able to set his feet and get it, but they finally trade it back. This is just Sparrow. So now Sparrow basically has to come get the bomb. I like that they didn't lose it anywhere on the map. And now it's going to be on him to rotate around. I'm looking at him to maybe be able to pick up some kills. You can see that he understands movement. He understands opportunities. He just has to find these one-on-ones.
Oh, my God.
And killing QWERTY, which helps him. They know he's mid, but they need to push him in a pair. He can't snipe two people at once unless they line up.
Oh,
and a great job by Flame to lurk in mid. The moment he kind of commits to a site through mid, is able to pick up because hey, he has to turn his head at some point.
That is very true. And what Havoc did is he waited for him to turn around because he was in the middle the whole time. And as soon as he turned around, he poked his head right on out, and he was just like, I got you.
Yes, and he had to commit to a play. But now sides have switched. We're now looking at them on defense, and I think that there's very much an opportunity to say, hey, maybe we're just not that great of an offensive team. We got the one win. If we can pick up 4 more here, then we're fine. I want to see how they kind of split up. Right now, nobody's over on A. It looks like we have Sparrow rotating over towards A. Maybe you just want to scan. Okay, cool.
One thing that so what do you believe is harder to do, right? Attack or defense? What's your take
on this map? I feel like defense is a little bit easier, especially if you know what you're doing. I know, having played with Smeezy last season, he's more of a console guy. He doesn't have a lot of experience on.
I can tell by the look on his face.
A lot of experience on the PC, especially with games like Valorant. So right now he's holding an ability which you normally wouldn't want to be holding.
Oh, okay.
It allows him to make a wall, but you see there he wasn't able to fire back into his opponents. They have the spike down. It's now like a 2v5, which is a difficult situation, not impossible, but I'm kind of looking at both I'm looking at the team and looking at players for an opportunity to be able to make or get a kill here or there to maybe make an opportunity. But Bosif is looking to close out the round.
Oh my
and
gosh,
TLG
flawless
with the final kill.
That's
Nobody
crazy.
on their team died.
Now, let me ask you this. As someone who's worked with Smeezy before and know that he's more of a console player, and you see him holding out his ability, as a coach, like, what do you do to fix that? What do you do to correct that?
My goal, if I'm not in the game, I'm sitting there. Like, I'm going to ask honestly to every player, and I try to always tell them, like, hey, just I don't care if you're good or you know how to play the game. Let me know where you're at so I can tailor my coaching to that. If you understand a little bit of Valorant, I'm going to talk to you different than if you don't know. And right there, it feels like goes back to the Bucks kind of being disconnected, and maybe not like really familiar with each other super well. They aren't, and they just managed to immediately get on the A site for free. And this is game point. They're putting this spike down, and now it's on the Bucks to stop this for them to be able to like save this game. But as a coach, you have to be willing just to meet your players where they are and kind of help them. And I think right now, I don't know if they know enough about each other. Flame already picks up a kill. This is already looking like it's going to be a pretty strong Bucks win, looking to make just hold Heaven here. Does he manage to get the kill?
Man,
he does.
Kill. Good stuff, Bosif.
Two. Sparrow is still alive, which is a good thing to me. Bosif with the turn on Sparrow and now has the ult. Bosif looking to make a play here.
Oh,
Dash
not today.
Immediately gets dropped. Nice job doing them dancing.
Look at them straight.
Dancing. But Flame is able to clean it up, and that is a Trollz win in Valorant.
Awesome. Well, good job, Trollz. That is the first half, bro.
First half.
11-3.
Trust me when I tell you, there's been worse.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Well,
And
we will be back in the next 15 minutes. Later, guys. See you in a little bit.
in any room, server or camp. Know when they see us, we stand. We never lead till we end, lead till we champ. Once we log in games, we lit the squadron. Ballin', dodging, these news they hit, we got 'em. Fallin', groveling, so we lit in any room, server or camp. Know when they see us, we stand. We never lead till we end, lead till we champ. Beat 'em advance. We do we think for them when we in it, we kill it and leaving no chance to hell reclaim. That's not how we move in the wheel of games. Ultimate gamers and still the change, shaking the industry. Plenty she's winning our team, we some killing bees, killing these new bodies still we replenish. We load the artillery, hold the hostility, boosting these trophies we win. We in it all line on the grind, opposition and misery. Leaguing they dwell, call us the winners cause we never fail. This is the team that's making a wave on the streams, growing and hanging below. Ultimate endgamers league 1,000,000 degrees, and this is where gamers go pro.
Two teams coming back from half, so I want to ask, starting over here, Fear, how you feeling? How's everything going?
Though we might be behind right now, it is very apparent that we are still, our raw potential shows. I feel like even though, it is raw right now, I 100% know going forward that we will be so much better in our next game.
Okay. So y'all coming back?
Oh, 100%. We're always good.
So now I got to ask Cordy. What any responses? How you feeling?
We trying to win by 20 today.
That's not going to happen.
That was our goal.
You're trying to win by 20.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
All right, well, we'll see.
Yeah,
Okay.
we will see.
All right.
You might need glasses for the future, though.
I'm going to ask both of y'all really quickly, and I'll let y'all get back out. One game you want in the second half?
Guilty Gear Strife.
Do I even got to say it? I want Fortnite.
Okay. There you have it. 2 games to look forward to. I'm going to let them get back to the floor, and we'll be back on commentary in 1 second.
Said that you were there for me, whoa, where you at now? Spin it till I'm dizzy, I get busy till I black out. You throwing stones from a glass house, never feared a thing, I'm a king, I don't back down. Said that you were there for me, whoa, where you at now? Spin it till I'm dizzy, I get busy till I black out. You throwing stones from a glass house, never feared a thing, I'm a king, I don't back down. Fuck the ruckus, I get buckets with the ears. Better duck, I tap the budget for a fee. No questions when I step into the lead. Man of the hour, power forward like Embiid. I lost a couple homies, had to take some time to grieve. Now I'm straight, gotta get it out the gate. Go ahead and fill my plate up. Cleaning makeup off the other pillow when I wake up. Her glasses down to tell her she don't see it.
We are
when you
back.
shade
Back.
her.
Second
When
half.
you hear him
New
talking
game.
down.
Fear, Mr. Fear himself says the game is not over, and he really did speak to the raw potential of the team, which we kind of talked about going into half. But you look a little down. You might want a little slide.
Because that glutton, Mr. Fear, decided to drink my slide, bro. I'm so upset. I'm so salty, bro. I can't have nothing, bro.
Slide's too good.
I understand that slide's good. I wasn't even done with this.
I mean,
Anyway, you know what?
it was a good time. It was a good
I
time.
hope he's playing. He's not in Pokemon, is he?
I don't know if you heard, by the way, the Trollz and I speak to, because you kind of mentioned about, they might be looking a little bit cocky today. Their plan is to win by 20.
Well, if they plan on winning by 20, then I expect to see a lot more structure within the team and a lot less cockiness.
Yeah, they got 12 more wins to get without losing the game.
Without dropping the game.
So we have something to look forward to. Pokemon's going to be our first game coming out of the second half. You fan? I know you mentioned second gen, but you're a fan of. You enjoyed the Pokemon so far in the league.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm just not over this Sly thing.
So
I keep looking at both of these empty cans. As far as Pokemon goes, give me one sec. So, we're gonna go to gameplay 1 for the Pokemon, and it's gonna be amazing. Yeah. So we saw a little bit about what Third can do as a coach for Pokemon, right? Was it Third
Yeah.
who was
it was me and TK and.
Oh, okay.
Contrary to popular belief on commentary yesterday, it was just a great time to have a couple of people talk about Pokemon and be able to like work together and make decisions. Third trust us. That's the big thing I can say. Third trust us.
I do believe that we may not be seeing some Pokemon, and I'm a little sad.
There's no way. I'm not gonna believe it. Don't do it to me, please.
Well, but on a serious note, when it comes to Pokemon, there are a lot of different strategies, and with Pokemon, with us using these rental teams, it's really interesting to see a lot of the teams that can be made, literally on the fly.
So I'm gonna bring a fun fact because I would like to see more Pokemon played. You don't actually have to have a full-on rental team. If it's your personal team, you can grab it basically almost immediately.
See,
And so if people plan ahead of time, once again, you just need to have your team ready to go.
yeah,
It's one of those things that I'm just looking now. Once again, we've been harping on it, but preparation.
yeah.
I think that's going to be a theme of the early season. And there's no way. Trolls forfeited.
It does. The Trolls did forfeit. And before we move on to, we're gonna go ahead and get that wheel spin. But there's something I want to ask you regarding Pokemon here in a second.
I was also going to say that I think it's probably they didn't have a team, and it's not worth a timeout, so you just forfeit the game.
So now it's 11-4.
So they still need to win 14 more, 13 more.
And for Pokemon, can you tell me a little bit more about the Darkest Lariat and how powerful it is?
All right, whatever. I'm already doing suicide, so I might as well do some extra ones. It is a move that is known by the Pokemon Incineroar, and there are certain old wrestling fans that really are fans of the move that needs to stop badgering his players to use the move because they know better. Shout out to my coach, Third Anarchist. He's doing great out there. Hope you're having a great time. It's really funny because it is a move that for a long time was really kind of known, especially with Incineroar. But trust your strategist. Trust. Halo's up next. The Trolls were cheering out there. They were happy. I think they're ready to play a shooter. QWERTY wants Fortnite. Mr. Fear said some Guilty Gear Strive. So I think their second half could be.
I am completely against anything that Fear has to say right now.
So what that means is that we're gonna get Guilty Gear Strive because of the caster curse. You just cursed yourself, sir.
That's fine.
That's crazy.
That's fine.
So
If Fear goes in, if Guilty Gear Strive is next and Fear goes in, I hope you lose. All right, and I don't mean it, but I mean it. Anyway,
who do you think the Trolls are sending in?
for
Halo, yes.
So Boseef, Havoc, TLG, and then I think their fourth may actually be Rafiki.
So why? I'm just gonna ask the question of why.
Again, Rafiki is a really, really strong shooter.
Okay.
And he plays. I mean, before he even got on like PC, he was really big on like Xbox. So I know that he's played this Halo, and he's been playing Halo for a very long time. So I'm only assuming that he's gonna go in for it. I don't really see Psycho, Loki, Brent, or QWERTY going in for this. Not to say that they're not good, but I do feel like, in my opinion, from what I know from Rafiki, I do feel as though Rafiki would be the better choice out of everyone.
Okay. I definitely feel, and from what we've seen as well, looking at the Bucks, my hope for them would be that maybe we see that Sparrow, G-Ravity Because it looked like even Baba Yaga, they all look like they kind of knew their way around a shooter. And so I think they can find a lineup here because we haven't had a lot of sports games really roll. We've had a few fighters, and I think we're going to have maybe like a sports shooter heavy second half. And so I'm definitely looking at the Bucks to definitely pick up some more wins. But against that lineup you said, again, like you said, Rafiki said he was really good at Titanfall and then showed it in another legacy game like Halo, where legacy understanding of the game can matter. I think we might go ahead and we might see some great gameplay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially if Rafiki has the knowledge that I'm hoping and I'm thinking that he's going to have going into this game. But again, we're not really sure who we're going to see here. I do really look forward to seeing a little bit more from the Bucks for this second half. I want to see a lot of what they can do. Sparrow really showed me, just how good he is at Valorant, and I believe Baba Yaga is actually really good at shooters as well. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're shooters, but they're different games.
So I'm gonna ask the question. I'm just gonna put it on you. No time to think about it. Is Cordy's statement of winning by 20 a possibility?
No.
And do you think that speaks to the skill of the Bucks or something else?
I do feel like this I want it to be something for the Bucks. The reason that I don't want them to win by 20 is because I don't want to see a blowout for the Bucks on their very first game. I want the Bucks to be able to shine in their own right. And it's not that I'm not saying the Trollz can't do it. The Trollz have all the possibility to do it. But what we've seen time and time again, at least from tonight, the Bucks have gotten extremely close to winning because the Trollz have started to slack because they're like, oh, it's time to showboat. These guys are new. Let me show them, that we don't need to take them serious. You want to be able to. If I were in the Trollz shoes, the way that I would look at this game is, let me show you what a real end gamer is all about, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're playing games and we're enjoying ourselves, but I'm gonna show you how the UEL plays it. I'm gonna show you why we have become a stronger team. Because honestly, when you think about it, for example, Eclipse, the Reapers, they are two teams that, regardless of how high that skill ceiling is, they are still going to play you at their best.
I remember last season, Hollywood's played a bunch of teams, and he just looked at a score like this, and his response was, why did they get 4? It had nothing to do with how well they played, how much better they were, any of that. His assessment was they are a good enough team that they should not have scored a point. Our mistakes are the thing that matters. And to your point, I think that's taking your opponent seriously. I don't care who is sitting across from you. And we've highlighted that with TLG especially because he has had a history of being put in that position sometimes and not taking someone seriously and getting punished for it. But this Trollz team, I'm now wondering as a whole, I'm trying to find the way I want to phrase this, but the Trollz have historically been an underdog team.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
What happens when the underdog becomes the expected winner? Can you maintain your position when you are the big dog in the room? Everyone has the expectation that you will win, that you will be great, that you should do these things. Can they handle those expectations?
Well, I mean, you also got to think about it like this as well. If the Trollz were going against any other team outside of the Bucks, who are an expansion team and a team
in a full rebuild, by the way,
in a full rebuild, if the Trollz were to be the ones to go against any other team within the league outside of like the expansion teams, how would they fare?
Yeah.
Oh,
a nice tie. Yep, good job.
Yeah, let's go.
We tied it up. And we're getting in with another wheel spin. What is coming up next? Go ahead, give us some strategy. Give us some. Oh, it looked like Wreckfest.
Hey, maybe we won't see a forfeit.
The equalizer, the great equalizer of UEL is Wreckfest. For those that don't know.
Oh, I think we actually missed some Halo.
Well, we saw a tie, so I don't. Maybe we get a forfeit. I don't see why you would forfeit. Not when they sent in. So the lineups are G-Ravity, Sparrow, Baba Yaga, and Homunculus.
We're restarting Halo. But go ahead. What were you saying?
G-Ravity, Sparrow, Baba Yaga, as well as Homunculus are going in. That feels like a lineup where you feel like you can win this game up against Bosif, TLG, Havoc, and unfortunately, they're letting Rafiki sit this one out and instead taking Psycho.
Okay, and that's fine. You know, I do feel as though Psycho is strong in his own right, as far as a shooter. I would love to see, and I would love to see a little bit of what what Psycho is gonna be able to do to prove himself. Like, because here's the thing with Psycho, he says that he's great at all of these games. He says that he's good at this, and he's one of the best at this. Like, I want to see it. It's not that I haven't seen it at all. I know he's good, but show me just how good you are.
Yes. And here we are. We're jumping right into some Bucks gameplay, and they're playing Capture the Flag. And immediately they take a 2-on-1 fight, but I love to see the Bucks immediately starting to support each other and forcing these into group conflicts. It shows me they have at least some understanding of Halo, or someone understands it and is starting to take that leadership position.
And I think they actually took TLG out. As you can see, he was kind of by himself.
Here we go, another 1-on-1. He looks like he should win this. Swaps to the pistol. He's able to lock this kill down. Almost going to die.
Oh!
Gets pushed and ends up falling. But they already have the enemy team's flag, and that's what's important. They're moving the flag. They understand the ability to run and throw and, like, get the flag to move a little bit quicker maybe than normal. But I don't see anyone moving to his position, and we can see that flag's down while they're losing their own flag. This is a very chaotic match already.
It is, but one thing that I'm starting to notice is that they're getting mowed down. Like, the Trollz are getting mowed down.
And we already have a capture here. A team has already gone ahead and gone up.
That would be the Bucks. The Bucks have a flag already.
Okay, I wasn't sure because for a second there it looked like they were struggling, but it really does look like maybe the Bucks have such a strong understanding of the game and what is happening.
It's Halo, bro. It's Halo.
I agree. But up till this point, I don't think we've seen this level of coordination from the Bucks.
Absolutely not. But you know what? He's got him down. But that doesn't mean that it can't happen, right? Yes. It's the beginning of the first half.
Isn't able to make a play in here.
Now, where's the rest of the team? Where's
Flag
everybody else? He's by himself.
You got to stop that flag. Are y'all talking? Are y'all working together? Come on. I'm looking right now at Psycho. Psycho is constantly going. He's saying whatever is happening, what we need to do, what we need to look for, and where we are moving to. Whoever plays on colorblind, I like this colorblind mode. The yellow-purple looks real
I think
nice.
that's Sparrow. And maybe I was wrong. I'm sorry. I believe that
the Trollz, I think, got
the Trollz do have the flag. I apologize.
Oh, yeah. I'm noticing now we just got to watch for TLG TTV to be out here. And once again, this does feel a little bit more like it makes sense, only because that coordination was kind of on a different level. And I was like, I don't know what happened in half, but y'all switched to a whole nother gear. But then now it looks like they're starting to take a few fights. TLG manages to get a kill as well. They're grabbing the flag. They're moving out. We got to see if they're able to convert here. I just want to see clean team play coming from it. Because Fear said they were going to have a strong second half, but he did highlight what he felt was the potential of this team. And I think that is a fair assessment to now start taking every game as all right, what can we learn as a team? How can we get better? every time you turn around, you're taking a shot.
And TOG is now gone.
TLG went down. And now it looks like I'm hearing more talking that doesn't sound just like it's coming from the Trollz, which I like to hear. I want you to keep on chatting. I want you to keep on going. I also think I see fear in their voice chat. So maybe bringing in a coach to start, hey, what are we doing? How are we handling this?
And sometimes you need that.
A voice just outside the game. Like, you're trying to play, let somebody else be like, move together, do this, look here. It's a great way to just keep focused up. And they've evened up the flags now. I want that to be clear. It is a 1-1 game. The Bucks, when they went down, have now recovered pretty safely. I do see the Trollz. They're still talking, but I can already tell. Looking at TLG, he leaned in a little bit. You know, when you get the game,
Yep.
you got
I'm playing for real now.
But here we go. It looks like the Bucks had finally found their step, their footing. They're fighting together. That's a 2v1. You're not winning that fight there, TOG.
Get out of here. One thing that I can say about TOG is I say this all the time, a very, very aggressive play style. Very aggressive. Has no patience. Man, I try to play in Destiny with him in Crucible. Oh, it's awful.
He's always moving.
Oh,
Always
my
attacking,
gosh.
Always never stopping going forward can be great. But I think that's a place for the Bucks to capitalize on.
Absolutely. And you have to also think about not only that, but objective. This isn't team deathmatch.
Yeah. And that's why I'm wondering. Havoc is always a player. We're watching Havoc looks like right now. He tends to be a player that is willing to play a little bit slower, a little bit safer. Like, and if you give him a job, he does it very well, which I think matches up in these objective-based game modes that you were highlighting, right? Somebody that's like, cool, grab the play a little bit slower, grab the flag. He's
Hey, let's go.
wiggling best he can to try to get a little bit more distance.
He's enjoying himself.
But there you go. You immediately see the flag continuing to move, and someone's making a play here. Can you go ahead and win this? You don't.
Oh,
you need to be another teammate to get up there and to stop it. The flag is being returned. It has been returned. It was so close to their base.
You know, it's almost set up as a tie that one of these guys have got to make a move, and they got to make a move quick.
2 minutes and 20 seconds. I think the next 3-man down we see, a team is going to manage to get that next flag in. It's going to be really close, but I think it's just a matter, and they're making a move. Red team is going up here. This should be the Trollz looking to get their second flag.
Nobody up there.
He's playing for a good job. His teammate came in and recognized, like, hey, somebody, he's not trying to fight back. He's just trying to get a little bit of space. Let me come in and use him as a distraction to be able to save him.
Right.
But immediately, PC-10, that's a troll. Getting kills, moving forward.
Yep, we are looking.
The flag is taken. Said, put that back. Don't touch that. But again, I'm looking at this gameplay. If he wins this,
get it. Oh, he gets it.
The Bucks are not going quietly. They say, give me that flag.
No, he's down.
Down. But they're I immediately see 2 more Bucks saying, hey, we're going to cover it. We're going to keep it moving forward. You have to keep challenging. You're going to keep running in.
Applying so much pressure, showing that they are a team to be is that everybody down?
Yes, I think that's going to be a return. They managed to pick up. But they were immediately ready to pick up the flag again. And we have a second point going in. And I think that was a Trollz point. The Trollz have taken another lead here, which is incredibly frustrating for the Bucks after you had such a close chance at getting another point, taking this lead.
But that also shows that chemistry, right? They're able to still communicate with each other when it comes to trying to have some type of synergy within the team. As we talked about before, the Trollz understand each other because they know each other so well.
Yes. It's funny that, like, we know as people with siblings, the stuff you go through with your siblings is part of what makes you so close to them.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just the good times, but you get closer when things are difficult, and we're kind of seeing that. But again, I'm liking the ferocity out of the Bucks. Every single time they're not backing down from this fight.
Another one. Pistol whip.
Yup. And here we go, rotating around. Can the Trollz get this third capture? 3 captures will win you the game mode here in UEL. Playing to go ahead and get these stops. They can see it moving around. They've taken their flag, so they can't capture. Whichever team is able to down the person while remaining in control, they will be able to get a placement down. It does look like the Trollz have some control of this.
Oh, and there it is.
Is game time did expire.
Cordy. That is not Cordy. That's Bosif.
And Bosif, the friendly ghost, showing off a little bit for his team, having some fun.
All right, we got
Check it out.
Wreckfest now.
That is Halo. So that Pokemon FF doesn't end up affecting them too much. They're able to pick it up with Halo, which I know they're happy with. And we're going into Wreckfest. Again, I called it the great equalizer of UEL, and I'm going to be honest with you, there's no true word. There are very few teams in the UEL. All the top teams are very good at this game, and everybody can still lose.
Oh, yeah. 100%. We've seen that before many times. Many times. So I am really looking forward to seeing how this is going to go down and how strong of a team that Wreckfest.
That's the hard part about Wreckfest. Wreckfest is one of those games that, like, I will never not make the joke and play with the game because it is fun and it's interesting and it's so chaotic. But the teams that are good at Wreckfest consistently find that way to win. And I'm just wondering, hey, to the Bucks, are you ready to go to school?
Because we got the buses ready to go, bro. I would love to see what strategy that what the Bucks are going to choose as far as the cars and things like that. I want to know if somebody's actually going to try to race, and I do believe that would be Solo, yeah.
The goated racer, the rookie who is available for the game, ready to go in and to show out.
Yeah, but we saw what happened in Formula One.
Okay, Formula One is a hard game. Okay,
Absolutely, 100%.
he didn't finish in car drift, but again, one person finished the car drift, so I can't say nothing to him. That's not a rookie issue. That's a everybody.
That's everybody but one.
Yeah, whoever, one of y'all figured it out. Shout out to y'all. But I want to say the Bucks once again are showing now. After like a few of those games, I think some of the weaker shooting teams in the league should be keeping an eye on the Bucks. They've now proven in some of those shooters, especially, that if you don't know what you're doing and if you don't have like a good player that is consistent. The fact that the Bucks were able to find a win and were able to start to contest some of those rounds, again, it's a matter of potential and cleaning that up over time.
Yeah,
having a game under your belt, everybody, I forget what it is, but every plan would make sense until like first contact or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, like until you get hit in the face, everybody's a champion. So, like, you need sometimes this first game to be a little bit rough for y'all to realize, all right, cool, we're coming into a new league. We are rookies. We're going to have to work a little bit harder. We have to learn, in some cases, 25, 30 games.
right.
But we're able to play. Wreckfest, for those that have never seen it, is a demolition derby style game. Now, you can race, and while racing, you gain points. So, if the further you are in the lead, so if you're in first place, you get more points. Your team is able to go ahead and get more points. But the wreck part of it, vehicles are different in this game. You have everything from school buses to couch cars, literally a sofa with wheels.
I remember the lawnmowers.
Oh, goodness. Bring back the lawnmowers. I'm looking at y'all teams. I know y'all can hear me. I know y'all looking at me right now.
Boy, that was the bots.
Bring back the lawnmowers. Nope. Bring these two teams. Bring back the lawnmowers. Cook.
Oh, yeah. TLG was also a part of the whole lawnmower thing. So
Yes. Go ahead, let that happen. But you are also able to win here in UEL by DNFing your opponent. And you might think like, well, that's really easy. I just pick a bus and I hit somebody in the car. But how you hit people matters. You do have a life bar in this game, and you can't just be like, haha, I drove into you and you die. A few bad crashes and you will kind of be messed up.
you can definitely DNF yourself. You can definitely hit that wall if you have that little bit of life in your own existence.
Timer is gone, though, and Wreckfest has historically been one of those difficult games to get into.
They're not difficult games. People just don't know how to set them up properly.
That was production. That wasn't me. I feel for you players. Y'all still bad at setup. I love y'all. I'm just kidding, y'all. Y'all, again, we're learning. Today, I'll say this to you, because I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the league, not talking to anybody specific. Week 3. Every team gets until week 3. This is week 2. Every team has now played a game. You know what's expected. You know things that can go wrong.
They have, haven't they?
This is the last 2 teams that have not played yet in season.
Ooh. Now we get to start finally see some records.
to find out who's on top, who's on bottom.
And then who plays tomorrow?
The Reapers and the Bots.
Reapers versus Bots. So that means that
Okay, I see a bus. I'm already happy with it. I'm already happy. I see buses. I see buses on buses on buses.
all right. So we're going with a bus strat. Nobody got a lawnmower.
No, there's a car.
PC5. PC5 is Gravity.
Gravity, while I appreciate the emphasis, I don't think you ramming the bus with your car is going to.
Oh no, yo, they are destroying.
That I believe was Gravity already on his side and at less than half health.
That sucks. Welcome to the UEL, buddy.
And so here we are. Bosif's up in front, flying around the course. He does a good job of usually getting out in front pretty early and just carrying that away to give his team points and put pressure on the other team. And I'm looking at the other pole positions pretty much, and 2, 3, 4 are also all filled by Trollz, with Sparrows coming in fifth. We already saw Gravity took a bunch of damage, which you don't want to do that early on, especially not in the car.
And Gravity is gone. Gravity's out of there.
A great hit.
Sparrow?
Now, I like the
Yo,
smart part.
Sparrow, you lost so much
Okay,
life.
You hurt your teammate. Oh, no. Yeah, you hurt your teammate so
Yeah.
bad. And now we should be on Sparrow. We're moving around. My man I thought
I
that
know,
was
I think that's Solo. That's Solo.
we're watching Solo.
Solo. It's
His compact car is more compact now.
welcome to the league, buddy.
I like the slow.
Oh no. Solo, you got to be careful, man. Forfeit box.
I think they took too much damage and recognized that, like,
Well, again, that's also what goes back into like learning the format. They're not.
they did sit there a lot. It's good to happen on game one. It's good to happen game one. It's good to happen game one. It's good to happen game one.
Now
I'm going to keep saying that to hide my own pain, but it's good to it happen game one.
Now we have to think about now Fortnite's up, and we know how mean Cordy is at Fortnite.
Cordy asked for it. Cordy asked for it. I was like, Cordy, what? I went, Fear, what you want? Fear was like, get the gear strap. All right, cool. Cordy, he went, do you need to even ask? Man looked at me and was like I was disrespectful for asking him what game he wanted. And he said Fortnite, so, oh no.
Is that Cordy Bosif?
And Bosif is available. Cordy and Bosif. Oh, hide the children. Because they don't want to be on Fortnite right now with
No,
two
they
of them
don't.
running through.
And I do believe that is I gotta fix that forfeit button, bro. It's not working. It's making me sad.
Hold on, I got you.
No. The fact that it's not coming out of the FF. So I'll fix that later.
Yeah.
But so I do believe, if you could correct me if I'm wrong, the Bucks only have what, one forfeit left?
Oh, true. Honestly, this is not a bad one. This is not, of all the games on the wheel.
Yeah, I think that would bring them down to the last forfeit.
Yeah, no, that is because they did Street Fighter, DNF. They ended up forfeiting StarCraft, which I don't think was necessary. You were going to lose anyway. And Wreckfest. I think they did StarCraft for a time reason. But even still, sometimes you got to figure out when the time is worth it versus when you were going to lose. So yeah, this would be their last forfeit, which is really, really scary.
Yes, that is very, very unfortunate for them to have like only one forfeit. The Trolls still have 4, and for you guys that don't know, if you run out of forfeits, now you are literally at the leisure of the other team. So if you set the game up wrong, if you don't want to play this game, it's not up to you anymore. It's up to the other team. And one person you don't want to give that power over to is Billy the Goat. Because that man is a menace. He seems nice.
He is. Devil's
But
nice.
when it
Make a deal with the devil. Billy, look, my issue is that Billy will always look at you and will have a smile on your face and do the most devious of things. And I love watching Billy.
Oh,
It's
100%, bro.
When you're the person sitting across the table, you're like, how did I end up here? You know, the flashback kick in, everything black and white, and you just remember your whole life. Up to that moment.
And for you guys who don't know, Billy is the
Owner.
He's the owner of the bots, and he's also a player. He is a really, really strong strategist for, the bots. But that man is a menace. He'll be playing tomorrow.
Yes, against the Reapers.
Against the Reapers, another menace of society, which was Hollywood.
I believe it's his birthday as well.
Oh, happy early birthday to TOG. His birthday is tomorrow.
Shout out to him. January birthdays. Stay up.
Hey, let's go.
We all happy for everybody. Fortnite has changed, though. If you were here with us in Season 6, Fortnite was a 4v4. We play kind of an arena-style map where you are given match, you're allowed to build. You have randomized loadouts, and you have to just go in and do your damage. This season, we've shifted it to a 3v3 format, which puts a lot more ability on players to have an impact.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring that up is the Trollz have Bosif and Qwerty, two players that, in speaking to Qwerty before, literally said there's only one team that he considers better than them in the league.
Oh, is that so? Who is that?
I believe it's actually the Gorillas, because I think the duo of Carnage and Stars might be the only one.
I can see that.
But I think, the Ghosts might have a few players that might want to call into
do.
that with their performance as well in Fortnite. So Fortnite's going to be an interesting game now because each player really is able to show off and to show not just that I can build, but I understand building, fighting, climbing levels. It's a lot more intricate than some of us older generation.
And you know what? And now that I think about it, bro, like I love we talked about like the duos on the team for like the Trollz, right? Qwerty, Bosif, you got Havoc, Psycho, you've got Rafiki and Low-Key, and then TOG kind of just synergizes with everybody else. One thing that I've seen a lot of, at least from the Gorillas, is the synergy with both Stars and Carnage.
Yeah.
Right, like they came into I'm not gonna say the league together, but they came into the venue together, and like I think since those two have been on the team together, they have really built a friendship to the point where they actually trust each other when it comes to a lot of different games, which I think was really a good impact for Stars, because one thing that I noticed from Stars is that he was having a hard time really like synergizing with other people on his level as far as shooters. So now he actually has somebody who's potentially on par with him who can actually show him the ins and outs as well.
I agree, because I think you'll see this in teams. When there's one really good person at the game, the best case generally is for that person to play their game and everyone else keep up. And I think for a long time in Fortnite for Stars, he was at a point where he was like, I have to do everything. And when you get that ability to say, hey, cool, the big thing is trust. And you already mentioned they're working together. They're talking. It looks like they trust each other. And where Stars, most of the time now when I even see the conversation, he's not like, I'm the best Fortnite player in the league. It's like, no, we have the best Fortnite duo in the league. He recognizes that. And I hope I know the Trollz and Gorillas got to play each other. So at some point, we hope
it's gonna happen.
A clash of titans.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like it's kind of like a couple seasons ago with Watt and like the.
All right, 1, 5,
duo.
and 6. We should be spectating a Bucks player here.
Right. If I see this skin one more time.
What you mean? My man clean. You see the white fur around the neck and the wrists?
All right, so we got TOG, Qwerty, and Bosif in for this, and then for the Bucks we got Smutters, Baba Yaga, and Sparrow.
So, dear Lord.
They already started. They're already in there. They're already there.
For those that didn't catch our preseason scrim, which you can go back and watch,
I can kill people now. Oh, and he plays the
trombone.
Oh, all up in
not
his face.
oh.
Oh no, that's got to be Bosif. Oh, that was Qwerty.
Oh no, you had to know. You had to know. It was
Qwerty going off. Let's go ahead and spectate Qwerty. That's what I'm talking about. Yo,
that is
Qwerty.
one round.
Chill, bro.
So this is something that I can note about the Trollz. So we saw Qwerty and Bosif play this before, and they do have I recognize a lot quicker than you, and I'm just gonna build on your base, and you have to prove that you can beat me. And so far, we haven't seen a team be able to do it. You got to have quick reactions, recognition, and adaptability to be able to handle it. I don't think. Look, Please don't forfeit this. I'm literally. You can lose this round by just running at them before you forfeit this game. No.
Cordy? No, I think it's best of 1.
Is it best of 1?
I think it's best
I
of
thought
1.
it was first to 2.
I could be wrong.
I think it's first to 2 for Fortnite.
One thing that I will say is that Cordy, listen, bro. I'm just gonna speak this into existence. I'm gonna just let you know right now. Once you get your driver's license, your Fortnite career is over, bro.
That's crazy. Now look, I want you to see. Notice I already like that the Bucks are being a lot quicker, and immediately
It's not good.
Oh,
it
down.
doesn't
Down.
matter how quick you are, bro. Wait, did Cordy go down?
no, we're watching a Bucks player.
Okay.
We're watching a Bucks player. I think they picked up TLG. I think we're watching TLG be carried around. No, this would be someone carrying.
Please tell me he's not. Yo. TLG just threw his teammate off the map, bro.
no-
Was that Cordy?
There's no
Yeah.
way.
He picked up Cordy and he
way.
threw him off the map, bro. Oh my gosh. That's wild. And then, as you can
Not
see,
in the back, Bosie. Oh my God, Bosie with the L dance in the background.
I
If y'all caught
cannot
it,
believe
Don't let them play Fortnite. They be
This
having way too
man-
much fun. They have way too much fun. They have way too much fun. My man was in the back with the
he picked up his teammate and was just like, he picked up Cordy and was just like, hold on, let me go ahead and tell you how much we don't need you.
I'm gonna help. Goodbye.
Yeah, see you, bro. I'll talk to you later.
You know how that's a turn off the console and just walk away type moment. You don't even like talk to the person for like a week. Like, you remember what you did to me in Fortnite?
Yeah, straight up.
You remember? And immediately afterwards, Mr. Fear gets his Guilty Gear stride.
That's
he was
crazy.
asking for.
But he now also, I do believe with Guilty Gear, I do believe he's actually going to be going against TLG because I think the TLG is in.
There's actually a game that I think Fear can take, especially with his character. I'm gonna nerd out about Guilty Gear here for a quick second. Guilty Gear Strive actually had another patch really recently, and one of the things that was noted to have been buffed is what's called White Wild Assault, when like the little sigil appears behind people and they fly forward like really fast. One of the new mechanics. This matters because big body characters got theirs extended, so now it hits really far. And Fear plays Gold Dicking Lewingson. Gold Lewis Dickinson. It's one of them names.
Gold Lewis.
Yeah, no, yeah. Thank you, Gold. Basically, his character got really buffed and is one of the scariest characters in the game, and so I hope that Fears maybe applied some of the learnings so that he's able to really create some dominance. But we've seen that Havoc's May has dismantled even the likes of a player like Chicken Tech, and so if you aren't ready for Havoc's May, this could be a problem.
And the crazy thing is, we've talked about Havoc. Havoc wears so many different hats when it comes to like the UEL, right? He's really good at strategy. He's really good at shooters. He's starting to learn fighters, you know. So he's
also
really
subtly as well. I can tell people like his coaching and understanding of UEL is also like legitimately.
it's crazy.
You could give him a team, and I think he could handle it pretty well. And so I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, he's quickly becoming that player. I'm looking at a lot of people to see how they're going to handle it. Looks like they sent somebody else in first.
Homunculus. Yep.
Okay. So Homunculus, show me you got a little Guilty Gear under your belt. You showed us with the Yu-Gi-Oh. Let me. Again, I always say I don't need you to be great at every fighter.
Oh, we're not
But
gonna
show
let
at least one.
we're not gonna let the intro rock.
Nah.
Okay.
We got a button check though. And Mortal Kombat 1 immediately. Yeah. Next. Hey yo, this is me calling out. I want a Bucks win here. Tay was cooking last season. The only people he lost to were the top Mortal Kombat players. Like he fought Chicken Tech, and I had to be like, bro, damn, you lost. I think him and Pip-Boy. Basically, some of like the top 5 fighters in the league. So I'm looking at him like, Mortal Kombat 1. I want you to come in and cook. Remind people to put respect on your name and the Bucks name right quick. I know. Again, I'm pretty confident he's got some time in that game.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
pretty
good.
confident.
And that's exactly what we like to see, right?
Button checks good. We good with buttons. Everybody good with buttons. Don't hit main menu. Please don't hit main menu. We already here. Can't do this. Oh, we good to play?
All right, and we going in. And
Okay.
Homunculus knows a little something.
Yep. It looks like he's being a little bit more patient. Okay, so some of the confirms could be a little bit better, but at least it tells me that he understands, hey, move into a combo, but you got caught by the Havoc Dust. Get ready to lose your life. Lose your life.
Right on down.
Guess for game. He went for the grab, and now it looks like he's panicking a little bit.
Homunculus, don't panic. Come on, keep your composure. Get it together.
Havoc, one more.
You can make this happen. Oh, you got it. Oh, no, he doesn't know. He knows there's no buttons. And with the slide in. Look at that confused look on his face. Like, what?
I like Fear here. Fear's trying to tell him, like, yo, calm down. It's all right.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Everything is okay. This is, again, one of those things, like, May is a character that's very good at bullying people in general. I like the jab there. You pick the right time. You recognize that, hey, like, you can't just run up for free. You're jumping a lot, which I'm not the happiest about, but, again, you're not getting punished for it. But that DP, you can't just throw it out anytime. And you got thrown, and you got dusted. This should clear up the game right here.
Nice burst. All right, then we're applying some more pressure from Havoc.
And this, again, low health.
I love Havoc's gameplay, bro. Like, the way he plays is, you know, let me take some life off you real quick, do some big damage, and then I'm going to back up. Let me see what your next move is. Strategy at its finest.
I want people to understand this because, again, Havoc deserves his flowers. He basically, 2 years ago, got number 2 in EVO.
Got what?
Number 2 in EVO. He got a coaching session from him, one of them, and that is what has been helping him with May the entire time in Guilty Gear. He just understands his game plan and knows how to execute it and can remain calm. He gets frazzled occasionally, and that's usually against better fighting game players that know how to pressure you and get you into that point. But you can see right here, like, he is comfortable, and I'm telling you, he's looking over like, hey, okay. Oh, you picking that character. Okay, cool. Okay, you're either really good at the game, because you picked Faust.
We saw a lot of people pick Faust a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, but that's why I'm wondering, you're either really good at the game or.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, like, we're not in a boat, no or.
Duel 1.
Thank you for the chuckle. I needed the chuckle. And the Dolphins begin. So welcome to SeaWorld, everybody watching the stream. If you don't know to block the dolphin, there are 2 different dolphins. And there we go. We finally got a hit. No perfect here. No 7 gold letters. Havoc's won the sent back now. He has the life lead. Havoc had a few mishaps last season where he lost on life, and now just knows, like, hey, once I'm up, I don't have a reason to approach you.
No, he really doesn't. And honestly, for him to just sit back, he knows when to apply pressure. He knows when it's time to sit back. He knows the matchup with Faust. Look how tall he is, bro. You know you need to keep your distance. They don't know how to push up. Solo doesn't know how to push up.
Yep. Throw, and now dust. Oh, he switched it up. He used to almost always dust after throw because he used to catch people. I see you have it evolving.
And all he's going to do is he's going to sit back and he's going to do the same thing. If you don't know how to punish or counter that, all you're going to do is just keep running into it.
Nice. He at least was calm enough to, like, figure out a position where he can get to and jump.
Right.
But he doesn't necessarily have the timing once Havoc also chills out. And that's another person down. All right, Fear, you wanted the game. It's going to be on you to go ahead and clean up here.
Is this Havoc sweeps?
What? Yo, Fear got, I think, got spicy words. Fear ready.
Yeah, and ain't nobody take him serious. Everybody laughed. They thought it was funny.
You know, that's like giving your speech and everybody laugh, like the motivate, and you like.
Everybody.
Now Fear got to cook. Now Fear got to cook.
And TLG is giving Havoc the rundown of how Fear plays.
So this is the thing, right? I did this again with Fear, and Fear always likes to have the banter and go back and forth. But I recognize, like, you can mess with him a little bit. If you're just wanting to be like, yeah, do this, keep an eye out for this.
Hey,
okay,
yo, and Fear is still going off out.
Fear's ready to play and ready to go.
Hey, yo,
I do think that Fear is able to. Fear's going to be able to. I think Fear should be able to shut down Havoc. Gold Lewis is a character that's really interesting, but you have to know how to deal with him.
That's very true.
He has a lot of guard crushes and a lot of just weird buttons and options. And if you don't know how to deal with the problems and the ideas and the situations you can set up, you just kind of get run over. I want to see if Fear is, though, the big thing I'm going to wonder about is how much does Fear use White Wild Assault? Because that's what makes the character super scary, because usually big characters just can't get in. But you can see Fear's already going ahead and running in and starting to swing. And look at Havoc's health bar. Every time he holds one of those chunks.
So much damage.
Nice burst from Havoc to try to get control, but the minigun comes out, says go back to full screen. We're playing on my pace. You got to know which ones are the overheads, which ones are the lows.
There
and
we
that's
go.
Havoc's first life gone. Good job by Fear showing why exactly he wanted this game. He still has full burst meter, takes an early hit, but immediately responds on a counter hit, and is just trying to get this kind of jumps mix up and cross up where he's just getting over. But once Havoc gets started, you got to get out of his pressure. A nice job taking his turn back, but he immediately gets hit. Good choice of burst. Goes and uses his minigun, catches Havoc moving. Nice job. Can you hit it? You're trying to catch Havoc pressing a button.
Don't take it easy on him, Veer. You cannot afford to lose a life, bro. You still have the two other people.
Nice
that you
jump.
need to beat. No,
Into super. I
don't think he did. I don't think he did. He did. Oh my gosh.
And a great job by Fear taking out two people. Who are they bringing up next? This will be the question.
All right, now we got Psycho.
Psycho is another player. Psycho tends to love his grapplers. So I'm going to look at him maybe picking Potemkin, which also will have that White Wild Assault I'm talking about. So it's very much possible for him to go ahead.
Smooth.
I try.
Hey, you know that.
It is very much possible for him to go ahead and get kills and to just make a few right guesses and go ahead.
If only y'all can see what's going on in this commentary, in this caster room, bro.
You're good.
My man's can't even put the headset on right.
Why you gotta tell the people?
Hey, yeah, man. I got to paint him a picture. I got to paint him a picture. I'm a commentator for a reason, good sir.
Picture. Okay, cool. And I'm the ink. All right, so Psycho's
Hey, let's go.
And Psycho is coming out. So Potemkin is like the grappler of the game. And White Wild Assault helps him to get in some, but I want to see if he's able to. Psycho and I discussed this pretty previously. Because we're now playing more on the PS5 versions of games, certain controllers don't work. And Psycho has his own homemade stick. So he's hoping that this converter that he has will hopefully let it work. If it doesn't, unfortunately, he might be on controller, which can really hurt you if you're not used to a certain type of controller.
We were just talking about this today, and I went off the rails because I thought we was about to be playing PS4 games, and I was like, I'm not going to be watching Street Fighter 6 or Guilty Gear on PS4, but Hollywood had to break it down for me.
Yeah, there's legitimately a reason here, and it is a little bit frustrating because it really comes down to when your device was made. If your device was made, or the board in the case of Psychos where it's custom made, was made as a PS4 part, you need a whole nother part installed to make it work for PS5.
Oh.
Or you just might happen to have bought it late enough to where it does work. So it looks like he's going to use Havoc's hitbox here and should be able to hopefully be able to do his best that he can. Hitbox does take a little bit of difference because essentially instead of the normal joystick that you have, it's like you're playing with mouse and keyboard. You have 4 buttons for each one of your direction.
And it's crazy that the hitbox is becoming such a big thing in the FGC now.
So I actually bought one for my birthday. Birthday's on the 20th, and so hey. But no, it really is
January 20th?
Yes.
Oh, good.
That's why me and your brother get along so well.
Oh, okay.
Whole side
Hope it
note.
breaks.
You can feel free. But the reason why it is because you have it's separated into the keys for doing up, down, back, and forward.
Okay.
You can just think about every time you tried to do a DP or you tried to do a quarter circle, maybe you missed the down forward or the forward. Instead of now, it's just 3 quick buttons and you just hit down, down, and forward, and you get it. And so ultimately, it helps make execution a little bit easier for non-legacy players.
Yeah.
For legacy players, it's retraining memory, which, hey, most of us play shooters. I'm telling you, it's pot in the gold, Lewis.
Potemkin.
Psycho likes to scoop. I'm letting you know right now. Like, we didn't get to see Street Fighter, but that was definitely going to be some Zangief.
And I know that, and he armored through but Gold Lewis is applying a lot of pressure, not giving him a lot of time to think. Now, one thing that Fear has to think about is the fact that what's going to happen is he's got to worry about command grabs. And Potemkin's command grabs are mean, bro.
Fear's not able to link that combo. Yes, it really is. But it looks like Fear's kind of playing with that distance. And Psycho's actually being really patient about not just throwing it out and playing a little bit more calm. I think playing with TLG, and that's something that maybe we didn't highlight enough about TLG. He likes not just playing, but is willing to teach people fighting games. So the overall average level of the team has gone up. And here we go, big laser beam.
Oh!
The beam
Oh
comes
my
from
gosh, bro, that
behind.
was so dope. Oh man.
It's a delayed activation, and those are those tight little things about Goldless you have to know. And Mr. Fear looks like he's ready to cook. Boom, low. All right, got more damage. I don't know if I agree with the burst, but it's an option now. You just have to hold this. Now, Fear, you can just play full screen. Boom, runs up, damage. And
Let's
you
go,
should be able to kill
Fear!
here.
Yo, Fear with the combos over here watching combo
Perfect.
videos with a perfect 7 golden letters. Now Fear has once again made a statement for himself. Now it's time for the final boss.
Yeah, and Psycho, we know the feeling. This always, hardware is part of the battle, unfortunately. But again, Mr. Fear showing why he wanted this game.
Yo, Fear is ready to make a statement.
And this is the moment. TLG.
And
This
TLG
is not
usually plays
Kai Kisk.
yeah, but I think he's been trying to play the most recent character here more often.
Elfelt.
Elfelt, yes.
I knew he
But
didn't
we'll
have
see.
a brain. I knew he didn't have a brain. I say this because that character is a fairly easy character to just schmitch.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
We got Elfelt enjoyers in the building. Someone help me. Elfelt enjoyers, why? This character is new. It depends how much matchup knowledge you have against it. She does have some pretty just strong mix-up options to make you keep guessing, and you have to kind of know where to stop for opportunities. Oh yeah, she also has a big sniper that she can just continually shoot.
Yep. Fear's got to find a way around it. But look at that damage. Fear's already caught up. He's applying a lot of pressure. He got pushed back. That's all right. Use the Gatling gun. Nope, TLG, don't you jump at all. I got you. I got you. Another hit. Not a lot of life left.
Fear might
And
actually be able to
Fear's
do it.
got the super coming out. Now TLG has to try and block it, and he can't. He cannot.
TLG's assumption was that if he hit Fear, he stops the super.
No,
But
absolutely
once
not.
it started, it's too late.
Now TLG applying a lot of pressure. Got the burst.
I got a gun
Still
too.
hits him with the Gatling gun. And let's see here. TLG's got to be careful keeping his distance. If Fear gets a good hit on him, it's over, bro. And a lot of pressure coming out. He missed. Yo, keeps
Fear
it
had an
going.
Opportunity. We got the American reset from TLG.
And
Fear just needs
he has to learn how to deal with this pressure.
And it
He
should be
can't, and that's it.
a nice
Yep,
dust
with
to catch
that
him.
dust.
We see some banter back and forth.
All right.
The two of them smiling, having fun. Final game.
Final fight. TLG already took a bunch of damage. Got his guard broken.
Fear, I don't know about that backing up. Nice
Oh,
job. Okay,
gets
you
hit from the
managed to
Gatling
trade.
gun. Oh,
You don't
no,
want to be
he
taken
pressed.
from that super close range. The buttons, he's just
And-
going to keep trying to mix you. He just looking nice.
And he plays the first.
Oh, TLG said it's done.
Yo,
handle my
no!
Gas for
Fear!
game. Gas for game. RC isn't able to convert it.
Oh, he gets hit by the projectile. He gets hit by the projectile. Let's go.
And TLG reminds people of why this Trollz organization brought him in. If this is not your game, if you are not top 5, you are in his ring. He is never in yours when it comes to fighting.
That is wild.
This is a different TLG. He's trying to show reliability. We talked about it.
Yep.
Liability or reliability? Which one? Which one? Is coming out. And we just seen today. Let's see so far. That's a KOF. TLG. They forfeited Street Fighter. TLG. DNF. TLG was in. They forfeited it again. And now that puts Guilty Gear on the map as well. And again, That's another W for TLG. But I want to say an amazing performance from Mr. Fear. An amazing performance, I think, as he cleans
Absolutely.
it up a little bit more. One of the big things and the reason why that I didn't highlight to you why White Wild Assault is so strong, it's also invincible. So it is a DP that goes half screen that is invincible and plus on block. For those that don't know, it is your turn.
Yeah, 100%.
If you get that off and you hit your opponent in any way, it is your turn. And in fact, why some of the big body characters are really strong right now. So,
Well,
shout out to Fear.
I mean, yeah, no, Fear did a really, really good job. I think that it's definitely going to take him some getting used to, because one thing, I think he started to feel himself, and I think the pressure started to really get to him, especially with TLG kind of switching it up. I feel like the first match was him just trying to test things out, and then it was a download round, right? He applied a lot of pressure, and he did not give Fear the opportunity to make a move. And as we both know, Gold Lewis, he still has some startup. He definitely strong, but he has a really long startup. So for TLG to be able to take advantage of that, the biggest question is, has he finally relinquished himself from being TL free?
That's going to be, I think, his storyline this season. The Trollz brought him into the organization to be that reliable fighter. And I don't think there's any better way, that narrative, than for him to come in and fulfill that role truly.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows, like, I think Jesse brought it up, in like the second half, they were 0 for 14 in fighting games, or 0 for 18 as an organization last season. So you go, you grab him, and now he's immediately into the fighter, because Mortal Kombat's up next. It's not done yet. This isn't free. This isn't out here. And for another thing, for one of the first times all game, TLG is not available. This is going to be Rafiki and Low Key dealing with Fear and Smutters. And funnily enough, I'm hoping Fear carries some of that confidence. You still took out 2.5 people.
Yeah, you took out 2.5 people confidently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was a fluke. It wasn't like it was you had a little bit of life left. It wasn't like it was like, oh my God, I could have lost that life. Like, you literally took out 2 people by yourself, and then turned around and took out TLG at least one other time. Only thing he's got to learn how to do, adapt.
That was a match support more than anything else. TLG got to watch him fight 6 rounds. Or 5 rounds or 4 rounds, and then fight him a 5th, and he had that much time to download and figure out exactly how Fear was playing, what he liked to do, and how he liked to handle things.
Absolutely.
It's where most people in this league don't realize, unless you are otherworldly talented, like truly at your fighting game, beating 3 people, 5 people without losing at all is such a talent.
Well, I mean, you also have to think about, like, there are things that he tries to do to break his break habits too, bad habits. So it looks like player 1 is Low Key and player 2 is Smutters. I don't think his name is Smutters.
Tay Smutters.
All right, cool. Now it looks like Low Key has taken a good amount of damage, and
Low Key seems to have some idea of what he's doing.
Exactly.
And has Tay locked down. If Tay Smutters, but it looks like he's starting to break out. He's trying to, I think,
Who's
figure
Tay?
out exactly. They're both Liu Kang. On the right, we have Tay Smutters, and on the left, we have Low Key.
Thank you.
Brand. Boom, a nice throw here. This is still a pretty close game. Neither one is actually really too far ahead. It's really going to come down to who's able to find a few good punishes. I think what TLG has done is picked a pretty straightforward character and is now just trying to put them both into a situation where they know a nice throw to beat the assist there. And now I think the next hit or two is going to decide this.
And you could definitely see a lot of, wow.
And that's the first round going to Low Key.
Yeah, you could definitely see that. You can never understand a little bit about from the gameplay that neither one of these guys really play this game.
Yeah.
Right? So you can definitely see from the gameplay, but that doesn't mean that they're not willing to learn. So with Low Key, even with Low Key going in and doing the things that he's doing because TLG is telling them to, you can still see Tay just going in as well.
That's my thing. I think, because I know from Mortal Kombat 11, Tay had plenty of experience and understood a solid amount about the game. The question is, have you played the new one? How much time have you put in? This second round, he seems a lot more comfortable with what he's doing and how he's playing. And so I kind of am already seeing that Loki is just going back to that game plan, and you have to come up with an answer. You can't just, you're eating these loads. You have to block low. The health lead that you had is pretty much gone.
Let's go back to the basics, right? What we're seeing is option 1, low kick. Option 2,
Super,
ain't no
block
way.
it, punish.
Punish it. And that's all right, because he didn't know what the option was, so because that's
he
it,
caught him.
that's game.
Now my frustration here is that means he shouldn't have it for the next round.
That's true. That's true, but that doesn't matter. I think the game's over. I think we're moving on to the next person.
No, we're not. They're 1-1 now.
Oh, that is very true.
That is Tay.
That is very true.
going 1-1.
So that was his. I don't think he should have used it so early or so late.
Like he was. I get to close out the round maybe if you're a little bit nervous, and if you trust it, like, hey, I'm gonna start blocking these lows. Like, to your point, like I think it's an okay option if you're aware. But if you're gonna eat, 16% off rip, and boom, you get most of it back. Game's almost even.
Boom, 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 down. I see it because low-key Brett doesn't know. Like, again, he's not very familiarized with the game, right? So we obviously see that skill there, So like boom, 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 and then what low-key's gonna do is he's gonna get grabbed, but he typically goes for the low right after he misses, and so that gives Tay the opportunity to grab him. Perfect.
And now
Boom.
Tay's
He
found
doesn't
an
know how to
option.
counter.
Yep, he's found an option that beats what he's doing, and now you got to put him back into it. One more hit, and Tay's able to take
And
this.
there we go. Good job, Tay.
A good job from Tay to put his team in an advantageous position. So now we have the next player up. That's going to be Rafiki. Rafiki generally has, once again, another broad knowledge of these fighting games. The one thing that always worries me is Rafiki likes to play technical characters.
Yep.
The type of character that, and this comes from somebody that also likes to play technical characters, you can't just pick up and play kind of free.
That's true.
You need some time. So I'm looking at Rafiki, and I'm gonna just throw this. Please don't pick Kenshi. Please don't pick Kenshi.
I understand that he plays technical characters, but like also know who you're gonna play, right? Don't just main anybody. Like if you're gonna main somebody who you feel comfortable with.
I agree, and I say this as a fighter that likes technical characters. You have to be willing to like put that time in if you're going to do that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you look on the cast and look at somebody, now and again, I know Rafiki back in Guilty Gear played Zato, who's also a negative edge character. You control a puppet, and when you release the button, the puppet does something.
Yeah.
When you release it. So if you hold the button down, the puppet won't do anything. When you release it, it does something. Which is very similar to Kenshi. But those characters do take a lot of time and effort. It looks like we have somebody different here, though. I think that's Raiden. Oh, he tough in this game.
Good. Yeah, he is.
He do some.
Again, a technical character.
Boom, boom. Doing a good job.
Now, keeping it basic, bro. Keeping it basic. He knows they don't know how to tech throws.
I think that's the thing. Tate, I think, got warmed up. Like, he had that round.
Oh, no. I don't think Rafiki knows how to play that well either.
Now, he remembered the block button, which is important.
Yeah.
I can see Rafiki has an idea of what he wants to do because he wants to get that block. He might be used to people pressing on some of this stuff.
What happens after the block button?
You press buttons, to be honest. You hopefully press buttons.
Press square. And then what?
Press square again. We're hoping here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm seeing here. I think Rafiki might have just lost a round. All right, Tay, here we go. We're playing for it. Again, I know Tay feels pretty confident in this game. Mortal Kombat 11, he was happy about his play. He wasn't happy where he finished. And against some of the players, I remember talking to him just like, again, you're fighting some of the best players in the game, and they are respecting you. And I think Tay finally got taken out by Rafiki. So actually, that's his time on the sticks done. But I still commend him because he was able to do, it looks like, what the Trollz did in Guilty Gear, which was give Fear the runway he needs to maybe take a game here. He's seen some of what Rafiki likes to do, some of those strings. He even saw him just block it out and then managed to get a punish in.
Yeah.
So there's definitely an opportunity for him to be able to play
I'm
off.
really interested to see who Fear plays in MK1. And I mean, I know that Fear likes to play like heavy characters.
Yeah.
So I'm
Heavier weird.
yeah. So who do you think? What do you think is?
MK is it's a weird game in and of itself. It feels so weird. Who would we see? I see the smile on TLG's face, so I'm Rafiki looks like he's taking some damage. I wonder
Fear
if-
looks locked in,
yeah,
bro.
I think he realized this is another chance for his team to get another point and is definitely looking to go ahead and take it. That looks like Rafiki might have lost the round there.
Yeah. Okay.
But nope, that's some clapping.
or
He managed to come back for it. This is Rafiki is
lost that whole
see,
guy.
now Rafiki is managing to consistently put it in. And I down talked him a little bit, and I have to put respect on his name that he is able to more than anything else. We got the gameplay. Oh, he played of course you play Reiko. Of course you play Reiko. I thought he was playing Havoc, but Reiko also makes sense. So this character has a lot of stuff that he can do, but Rafiki got his combos. Okay, I see you with a nice 26% ready to go and willing to just block it out. It looks like Fear doesn't know exactly when it's his turn and is trying to get these opportunities. He's getting him low. Nice run up, nice punish.
Come on, Fear. Let me get it. Let me see
He did
another
block
dub.
that one.
Let me see another dub.
Oh no, I
Fear,
think it's done.
and that's it. That's game.
Rafiki said all I needed was the one life on
Hey,
Tay,
he's
and
trying
I'm
to-
able to take it back.
And we got the fatality. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen more,
Oh my
if
God.
you haven't seen the new Raiden, like a little bit more, he a little bit younger than the other Raiden,
Oh yeah.
and so he got a little bit of that showboat in him.
He got a little,
And
little pep in his step.
Another W coming out here for the Trollz. Great gameplay, Rafiki. I didn't know what to expect, and very clearly, I'm gonna say this in a very simple way. Apex is coming up next. Hold on, we'll bring it right to you. It's a 3v3. We'll see what game mode we get into and all of that. To people in the league that play fighting games that maybe not know what you do, come up with a game plan. Maybe 5 moves. Have you like a combo or 2 that you know how to do off of like a couple of those moves, maybe like a high, a low, a punish, whatever. And then play your game plan. I think both Rafiki and Havoc showed that, where they had game plans and they just played it. They sat across from somebody that people might say, oh, they're better than them at fighting games. But if you have a game plan and someone doesn't, you're not as worried about everything that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And are able to clutch it out, play well. And yeah, it's not going to work against everybody, but your job isn't to win every fighting game.
That's true, and it definitely goes to show, like, big, like, not congratulations, but like a huge improvement to Smutters, right? Like, as far as like you said in MK11, he felt a little bit more comfortable, but he started to really understand a little bit more of MK1. He started to plant his feet. He started to understand that like they can't tech throws.
Boom, boom. Got you.
Yeah, you don't know how to tech this throw. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna capitalize. Yeah, I'm an opportunist. So you come in close enough. If I'm able to grab you, I'm gonna grab you.
Yes.
You're not gonna be able to tech it. And if you don't know how to tech it, oh well. Honestly, it was really good showing in my opinion, on both sides, especially players who have low skill ceilings. That's the word I'm looking for. Lower skill ceilings, right? Like they don't play the game very often, or they're not very familiar with the game. So like I get it. You don't know very much about it, but you know what? Instead of you just being like, yo, forfeit this, I don't want to do it, they still went in, they tried their best, even if their best wasn't really good.
It's when I'm looking back at this game, I would tell them, I understand of all of them the Street Fighter forfeit. Yeah, even the Dragon Ball Fighter forfeit there. if you're playing against TLG. Everyone else, play it out. And I get maybe it's like, well, no one's played it before. I'm like, well, this might be the only time you get the chance to play it. Now we're going into Apex. We're going to have Psycho Cordy Rafiki.
And Rafiki's in, bro. I want to see some Rafiki gameplay, bro.
And going up against Sparrow, Baba Yaga, and G Ravity.
No, and if that's the case, that would be the last forfeit.
Apex?
Oh,
Apex
I was
is
so excited.
Apex is like an 8 to 10 minute game. You have an hour left.
No! Y'all forfeit that now? You're forced to play Dragon Ball Fighters against TLG? Bro, nobody on that team is ready for that. And the reason for that is, you know what? I shouldn't say that. But we
don't know what they play, but I'm gonna say it to this way. You should have the games you know you're going to forfeit against the team coming in. And against TLG, if you're forfeiting fighters, Street Fighter and Dragon Ball Fighters. KOF now, like, he knows how to play KOF. I'm not going to take anything away from KOF. But even still, if you're picking two, those are the two that you just go ahead and forfeit.
Yeah. And honestly, and now that they don't have any forfeits left, like, now, even if they wanted to forfeit this, what's gonna happen is, again, it's up to TLG. It's up to TLG and the rest of the I almost said Reapers, the rest of the trolls, to really see if this is something that they're gonna allow to forfeit, and they're not gonna let them forfeit this. The trolls literally live up to their name. The trolls are a bunch of trolls,
and they feed off that energy. So also, I should just let you know, given the opportunity, Havoc does know a touch of death in this game as well. I'm just gonna put that out there because he's also, I think, going in for this game. We're not in a position where.
Well, again, I want you guys to understand it's not up on the thing, and we will get that updated here in just a second. But the Bucks no longer have a forfeit. Their last forfeit was Apex.
For people that are wondering, the Bucks over the course of the game, they forfeited Street Fighter. Didn't want to play it. They forfeited DNF, didn't want to play it. Both those situations, TLG were available to play. StarCraft 2 came up, and I believe they left the game early, forfeiting the game. They didn't let the game end. It wasn't even close to 15 minutes. They would have had another, like, basically 10 to 12 minutes of play for that to be a forfeit. Then you have Wreckfest, which, once again, decided they wanted to get out early on and forfeited. And just now, Apex should have been their fifth forfeit.
And the only game that the Trolls have forfeit what was the game? Because they've only forfeit one.
And I'm pretty sure that's because they didn't have their team ready.
Yeah, once again, guys, we'll get that updated. But like, there
we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, it still says 5, but that's besides the point.
Oh, for the Trolls, yeah.
So, no timeouts, no forfeits. You still got an hour left.
Okay, we're gonna shift. We're gonna shift gears. If I'm in this position, we're shifting gears. We're playing everything, and we're playing to learn. One thing you have to recognize coming into this league, and even something that Bucks players had to learn last season, is you're going to lose. There are teams that are just more experienced than you, and you have to learn to lose more than anything. Before you learn to win, you can learn to win, you can do whatever. You have to at some point be down. There's no team in this league that just came in always winning. And if someone wants to look at me and say there is, guess what? Eclipse had to lose 2 seasons in a row and are hopefully looking to make that up this season.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They won, and eventually the Reapers have been a wall that they are now trying to consistently get over. That's why I'm saying that there's a point where every team has to learn to lose. So you're playing every game here, knowing fighters, knowing that this is like one of TLG's best games. Cool. If you don't think you can win it, then make your thing is force TLG, scare TLG, force him out, kill him, kill his character. Like, put some time in and essentially use that as an opportunity to learn from. Too many people get caught up just on the score, or for lack of a better way of saying it, too many people come into the league with the assumption they're going to dominate, and when they don't dominate, they get scared.
Again, it's learning the format of the league, and also it's a huge learning curve.
Yeah.
The league, coming from a completely different like esports league. Not myself, but like as a player or somebody who's never been in a competitive gaming before, but only knows like maybe 1 or 2 games. Playing by the UEL rules is a huge factor. Like most people, for example, for those who don't know or who are just joining us, Dragon Ball Fighters is set up as each one of these is a 3v3.
Literally.
3 separate people controlling 3 separate people.
Yeah. Your assist isn't just you. You're calling in a teammate. You don't get to pick your team. You don't get to craft everything exactly the way you want it to be. And that matters. Honestly, some of the reasons why I know TLG can be beaten in this game and has been beaten in this game.
Yeah, I agree.
It's difficult for me. Like for me personally, I'm looking at this because now I'm the Trollz to me have come out and done a lot of what is expected of every single person. They've shown dominance in different genres. They've shown dominance in their games. They've managed to get these wins and have played very well. So I'm turning my attention to the Bucks, who are a team that is trying to now find their footing in the league.
Right.
And that's why I care so much to say to them, like, you have games like this.
You see what I'm saying?
In fact, I'm like 90% sure this is what happened to us versus the bots last season.
What's happening is TOG wants to play this game so bad that he's helping. I bet you he's helping the setup because the setup timer is over.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, the moment it comes to, do you want to accept the forfeit, TLG is like, no, I'll get him in game. I'll get him in game. Because now TLG has an excuse to sauce, to dance, to have fun, to show off. And you don't have a way to avoid it. You have to play TLG's game. And I'm hoping that, especially for the people that don't play fighting games, right? Like, you're like, well, why am I even playing this? Because in UEL, you might have to. Hey, yesterday or anytime, what happens when you're playing another team and Dragon Ball FighterZ comes up as the last game that you have to win? Do you want that to be your first time touching it?
No.
Cool. Then use this moment as much as you can. Fear, this is a moment where I'm looking at you to step up and rally your team. I get you can rally yourself, but as a veteran, you also have to be that voice to basically say, hey, it's time to lock in.
As a veteran and as a leader.
Yes.
Because he has to remember that he's not only leading his team, but he's also leading Baba Yaga, who is the GM, who is going to be that lead, who is going to have to step up. Because now that Baba Yaga has the reality sitting in of, this is what the UEL is about? Oh, bet. This is the format? How do I get better? And I will bring this up again. He said that he doesn't like to lose. He's a very competitive person. I want him to take this experience and use it. Who do they play next?
They play, I will get that information. I have to think about it off the top of my head.
But, regardless of who they play next, they have to make sure that they are ready. Because if it's like the Wolves, I really see that being a good game, because I kind of feel like with the Wolves, they have a little bit more experience, but they're still on the same, not level, but almost same playing field as the Bucks.
It's going to be more rookies than not.
Yeah.
And there's opportunities for you to take wins and have more games go your way. Versus, I want to say everything. There are people in this league that see them as second place in the Southern Conference.
Yeah.
They are behind Eclipse.
Okay, I believe we're watching TLG go up first. I'm not sure which player is who, but we're still look at that Team Gohan. That adult Gohan beating on Team Gohan, and
It might not. We will see here. I don't know if that's actually TLG.
I don't think that's TLG, and that's okay.
No, I only think don't think that's TLG because I think Havoc plays base Goku from what I remember. So this should be Havoc if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, he should be playing Baby, and that should be TLG. But immediately, like, this is looking good.
I already see him. I know what's happening. Okay, he's going to be super cocky. Okay, so that is Havoc playing, like you are absolutely correct. Havoc, and, as you can see, Havoc doesn't really play this game very often. He's, and he's getting a little bit of coaching from TLG as this goes on. And and look at TLG, just watching like a proud papa.
Yeah. Once again, Havoc, give him the instructions and he's able to handle it.
And with the level 3, there's no way that he's not going to block. Okay,
now
good.
Okay.
Good
you
block.
don't necessarily know that. That's fine. And this is the thing. Havoc has a basic game plan, but it works because people don't know. Mm-hmm. And TLG is like, I don't even got to play anymore. He sat back in his chair. Now, you're playing Master Roshi, so I'm hoping that you know exactly. This is fear on Mr. Roshi. And he put him in the bottle. He put him in the bottle. Says seal him.
All right, and then we have Havoc.
Nice job, Big Roshi. Big Roshi.
Into another super.
Put him in the bottle.
Getting back in that bottle. Thank you, sir. There's no way.
He thought he was going to catch TLG, and now
TLG is going to go ahead and close it out.
And I hear the A's coming out.
There it is. And into the combo, into the super. Into the spirit bomb, and TLG's already stood up.
This probably kills.
He's dead.
This probably kills.
He's dead.
I was gonna say it doesn't kill, but then the spirit bomb.
That's game. Again, we see that TLG was gonna take advantage of that. Now we have Gears up next. And it scares me because again,
and G Gravity isn't available. Who's been one of their shooters. When it rains and pours in UEL.
Yeah.
UEL, it is difficult. I was just watching some of the Bucks player cams, and I can tell that they're rookies. It's their first game. It definitely is kind of getting to them a little bit.
It's definitely an eye opener.
Yeah,
it's definitely an eye opener, and like from seeing, and honestly, just again seeing a lot of the rookies come in, not understanding how it works, how everything goes, and then all of us have been there. Yeah. All of every player, every person that's played has been there.
I think even in production, you've gotten to see so much of it firsthand. Well.
That's why I don't play. I said production, and I talk trash.
Ayo, chat. Make sure when pros versus staff happens, we get him out on the floor.
I can't.
Because I need you to watch some people in KOF. Because I will dance around.
Anyway,
I will dance around happily. Well, so this should be Gears 5. We have 40 minutes left. So again, focus up, keep your team kind of motivated and invested. I can't tell how much I understand like the frustration that they have to be going through.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, you have to finish strong. You don't. Because if you're ever in this situation again, you have to be willing, ready, and able to continue to fight back harder. So I'm looking now. Setup should be on the Trollz. I heard them talking about Alt F4 and get out of the game, getting set up pretty quickly. So I'm interested to see. So they have Bosif that has to go in, I think. And beyond the Bosif,
I think again. I'm hoping that we'll see, Rafiki.
Yeah, this is another classic.
Yeah. Of course, we're gonna. In my opinion, I feel like we're gonna see Havoc.
Yeah.
Probably Psycho.
Okay.
And then lastly, I don't know. I would say low-key Brent. I don't really see this being a game that Cordy or Bosif plays, and I don't think it's a game that TLG plays. So we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we will see here in a second. Because now, again, the Trolls I don't want the Trolls to start making snafus.
Here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. There's no way you cannot know how many people are going into a game when it says next game 5v5 there.
Trust me. last season, the amount of times that someone would be like, yo, so DNF is 2v2
That's
or 3v3.
that's last season. We didn't have the explanation of everything right here.
If
I
someone's
forget
out
I'm
there,
dealing with gamers.
If we're sitting out there, and I'm going to say this to Jesse, obviously you might be doing some. Shout out to the GM of the Trolls. I would love to see how many timeout and forfeits were lost across these first 2 weeks. I would love to see that number.
Yeah, Jesse, show me. You know he's paying attention.
Yeah, but the idea is that it's not that hard. It is.
Yeah.
The amount of things that I saw this first 2 weeks where I'm like, things are different, but it's not impossible.
Now,
It's
we
doable.
do have the setup time is all gone. So
Maybe the Trolls lose their last time out.
maybe the Trolls lose their last time out. So, can we get a bit of a recap there,
Yeah.
Strix, while we wait?
So as we go back, let's talk. I'm gonna take y'all back in time. Reminisce with me. Reminisce.
Let's do it.
So the game opened up, and we had 3 big games come out right at the start. We have Car X Drift, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Street Fighter.
What happened to Car Drift?
Car X Drift.
The first one.
Nobody finished. And for those that didn't know, you are disqualified if you don't finish. So if none of the racers finish, you run it again. And the second time, only one person finished. So apparently they didn't learn from the first time except for one person. After that, we went to Street Fighter, which came out. That was our first forfeit of the night coming out from the Bucks. And then we had Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Bucks were able to answer back immediately with some playing Dragon Maid into Exodia and just managing to go ahead and find their win.
And let me explain that this is the second time we've seen Exodia played, and this is the second time we've seen Exodia lose.
Skill diff.
Just diff 'em.
No, to be completely fair, like it is. I don't think that we're done with Exodia. I think that like there's a lot of people in the league that would love to be done with Exodia.
I think the goal for Yu-Gi-Oh is people just want to see Exodia at least once.
Yeah,
At least once.
at least once, because I think it does put a little bit of a fear, and I think it messes with people's heads a little bit. But after that, we then had KOF come up. We've had Texas come up. Madden, we saw this string of Trolls wins up until UFC, which the Bucks were able to put a stop to their win with a great knockout coming from G Ravity with those 3 kicks to basically the side of man's head.
Yeah.
Was knocked out.
Shut him down.
Call of Duty, we had a very quick win from Psycho and Havoc. They got a quick lead and managed to go out. F1, unfortunately, crash out coming from the Bucks.
That DNF, bro.
DNF and StarCraft 2 both ended up being FFs, with StarCraft being okay, but I think the Bucks realized they weren't going to win that.
Yeah.
Then Mr. Fear came in right before half and closed us out with a DBD win into a Vow win.
Yeah, man.
Coming out of the Trolls. After that, the second half has been kind of a tale of the Trolls FF'd Pokemon, and we were like, okay, maybe this game is a little bit different. And the Trolls continuing to kind of maintain this dominance of Halo, Wreckfest, Fortnite, Guilty Gear, MK, Apex, and DBFZ, with the Bucks burning their last 2 forfeits. So the second half, the Trolls, I think that speaks a lot to how you handle halftime. I think they were able to pick up where they left off. And what we hoped was that the Bucks would find their footing, which is still a difficult thing to do. Like, basically looking at 2 hours of being down and being like, cool, forget all that. It's a completely new game. And things start to go wrong. It's very easy to get down. So here we go. We have the Swarm, which is going to be the Trolls, and the Cog are going to be the
Bucks.
So we'll see exactly how this all plays out. So we'll be watching the Bucks here. I want to see how they're playing. I want to see. We got Forza, another team game. We've had a lot of team games tonight, which I do think favor the Trolls as a bunch of veterans and people that have kind of played together for a good period of time.
I'm definitely starting to see some skill differences in this game. Somebody doesn't know how to play this. I do believe we were looking at Baba Yaga So I don't think that he really understands or knows the buttons and things. I could be wrong.
And Gears is one of those games where you see that difference be. So immediately I see somebody with the sniper, and I'm guessing this is Sparrow. Sparrow has like to have these sniper weapons in his hand. Is he able to get this shot?
Oh
Nice
my gosh!
job.
Yes, he is.
And so it looks like he is a little bit comfortable, and he has played some Gears. If he's able to continue to get these shots, he might be able to help his team, but they're already down 9-0. Wait, they're winning. No, they're down to 0 lives already?
Oh, so is that King? What game mode is this?
I believe that this is it's King of the Hill. It should be King of the Hill. That's
Oh no,
crazy.
no!
Wasn't able to swap weapons quick enough. I couldn't understand why the points weren't going up, but that makes a little bit more sense. This is
Picks
really
him up.
bad because unfortunately for the Bucks now,
Oh, he missed the snipe.
unfortunately for the Bucks now, they have to push in because they need to break this circle to be able to play. I think that is the Terminator skin. Interesting that that's on the Swarm. Okay. Terminator skin.
Man, I wonder how Cutters is feeling right now.
Let me see if I can channel my inner colors. Man, these guys are bots. What am I watching? Big sigh.
Oh man, it does not looking too good right now for the Bucks as far as their team comp, right? So with the Trolls having 33 and the Bucks only having 2, I don't think they really understand how this game mode works.
Yeah, so for those at home that maybe are watching and wondering, King of the Hill, you basically have a point that will move around the map here, and then you have to run in and your team has to capture it with nobody else on the enemy team in there. And then you collect points, and it's a duration before it moves. So you can see that 60, 59 seconds. So there's another minute to gain points here. So initially, we saw them playing very conservatively and playing from range, but that meant they gave up the control of the center of the map. And they gave up that first point, which is, like you said, put them in this huge deficit that they somehow have to win. And now you notice there's just somebody sitting outside of the point, just letting them run in. Yeah, cool, run in. And while you run in, focusing on somebody else, I'll come in from a different angle. And he managed to get the shotgun here. And once again, I'm going to say this to the league. Like, the Lancer is a gun in Gears, but similar to how, like, you don't really use the assault rifle in Halo, the Lancer is not the primary, like, weapon most Gears players are using compared to the shotgun, the Gnasher. You're using your movement to get close enough to be able to take those fights, unless you are really good with some of those range weapons or some of those power weapons just in general. So once again, we have another control here of the hill going on over to the Trolls, and they are looking to run away with this.
You know what I bet?
What?
I bet Cutters couldn't beat the Bucks
Don't put that evil on me.
in Gears.
Don't put that evil
Or
on
the
me.
Trolls, bro.
I said nothing. I said nothing. I don't poke dragons, okay? When people are better than me in a game, I'm the very first person to be like, nah, you got that one. But meet me in my game. Hey, yo, play me right quick over here. But yeah, once again, this isn't like this wouldn't normally be the worst thing, but I think they're now like pushing in, but just the game mode, and even if they understand it, you still have to be able to execute. Like this time to like just get your shotgun lined up tells me that you're not comfortable with the game. We're not seeing any active reloads for extra damage on the shotgun shots either. Okay, like this is
I
a
don't know
range
why
where
he's using the shotgun so far away. I think that it would be best if he switched to another weapon, a longer ranged weapon. Using that shotgun from that far away has a really big spread.
Yes. Once again, like I know I said that it is a shotgun game, but you have to be able to adapt and like recognize, even if this is a shotgun game, if they're not playing you with shotguns now, you can't just, all right, cool, hey, we're gonna shoot from the other side of the map at each other. That'd be fine, right?
Yeah. Wait, is he shooting his teammate?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was his team.
Oh man, that is unfortunate.
Not the nice try.
Dang, bro.
This is one of those few times that I am almost at a loss for words. because while he has a power weapon now, he has essentially a burst pistol. He very clearly is trying his best with the recoil on the Talon, just trying his best. That's a boom shot. You can understand why it's called a boom shot there. He kind of shot and went boom.
Yeah. And this is, oh my gosh. And this also shows like this could have been one of the games that they potentially forfeited.
Yeah.
Because this is a longer game. Honestly, the Trollz could really keep this game going for as long as they can. By taking a lot of the zone and then just stopping until the time runs out.
Really, they. I wonder if they're that big brand. I feel like the Trollz really do want that 24-4 game to win by 20. And so my thought here is that they probably don't go for that. Even though I think that's a smart play. Like, it's the safer play. But back to what you said before, you can see Psycho laughing and having fun when he dies, knowing he did something ridiculous. They're fully in cocky mode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%.
And deservedly. Like, I don't want this to be that I'm somehow saying, like, they don't deserve to be the champion. Like, they deserve to be, you can't touch me right now. Because right now, they've kind of proven in this game, you can't touch me. But again, they need to keep focused up.
And a lot of what the Bucks need to learn how to do as a team is know when to press, right? Like that situation that you just saw, like he had the opportunity to actually push up on whoever we were watching. Yeah. So I think that they just need a little bit more time together.
I like this backing up, like continually trying to make space and sharing, but understanding how to use the walls and the system in Gears to really catch up quickly has just been this big help. Now they have control of the sniper, the long shot here, looking to maybe pick up another kill. And to your point, I think this is that's one of the biggest identifiers I have for the Bucks right now, is that you start second guessing and we have an execution. Love Gears. Such a meaty game. Just meaty. But the Bucks are nervous about even their decisions they're making.
Yeah. And you can definitely see it in the gameplay. And again, Gears, I think that this is a game that obviously they're not very familiar with. Yeah. Right? And this gives them the opportunity to be like, all right, here are our weaknesses. This is one of the games that we're weak at. Let's go ahead and fix that.
Low-key Brent. Oh, he got the Terminator skin. Okay, I see you, low-key. I can see you, Brent. I see you doing your thing.
Because I do feel like this is a game that if the Bucks actually practiced, this is a game that they could actually beat the Trollz in.
I really do. There's so much stuff today where, like, I hope we get to see this matchup again later in the season. Because I think a little bit more time, some more synergy.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen them, like, except for a few games, like most of the gameplay hasn't been so egregious to where I'm like, cool, you just need to go back to square one. It looks like you're maybe at square like 4 or 5. You need to like keep working to get a little bit better and like just work together as a team. Know what your game plan is, know what your goal is, know where you're trying to play and where you're trying to go. And here we go. The points should be close to finishing up here. I think if they hold this point, I think they win if I remember correctly. On points. Boom, we're still holding on. That's a down.
At what time? Like how far does this go?
I think it's 150 if I remember correctly.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, it's 150. So if they hold this point, they should be able to just close out the game here in the next like 10 seconds or so. It's a frustrating game mode that again, you have to kind of just sit here and watch the score slowly go. I was wrong. It is not 150 because we are past 150.
Oh, wow. Okay, so and the crazy thing is with at least from what I understand, Gears isn't like a highly played game any longer unless like if you hop on the Gears right now, the only people you'll be playing against are the people who honestly play Gears. So there's a huge like skill ceiling there.
Yeah.
And so
you're playing people that have been playing it for 2 decades now.
Exactly.
And just love this game. This is their shooter of choice. And okay, I'm seeing it's getting a little bit better. I'm already seeing right here they're getting a little bit better. I think they have control or had control of the point. It might be they have control of it. They're fighting for control currently, but they are able to continue. Got some more points, which tell me the coordination is starting to build up there. This is a question of like off season. So I want to be fair to the Bucks in that the draft was in December.
Yep.
They basically had a month, whereas the Trollz, Birdie, that's what I'm calling them. Bosey from QWERTY, as well as Rafiki and Brent have been on us together for a team from last April, almost a full year now. Then you just bring in Havoc and Psycho, who played together last season as well, and you give them like 2 or 3 months to work together on the team. And then you also have TLG, who was there at the end of that season. This is a team that has had 4 months to work together, having in-person practices, and just learning each other and what they want to be able to do.
I mean, you also have to think about like the fact that they know TLG.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm sure just him fitting in with the Trollz was already really easy for them to do. Now with the Bucks, it's just more like all of these guys literally just met each other.
That's exactly, and it does take time. Like, and you have to get to the point where you're like, hey, I'm gonna rely on Pimp. I have to rely on Pimp and KOF, but Pimp knows that he can rely on me, and don't tell me this is 3 rounds. Okay, cool.
There's no way this is 3 rounds. Oh, okay.
Lord. But you can rely on me and say Forza, right? We have that give and take, and there's a level of trust that we have to build up. And Forza, I mean, it could be a quick map. Depends on the game. I wonder what map they pick, and I will depend on where we end up. I expect to see Havoc and Psycho going for this. Both of them are racers. TLG has been pretty outspoken about his his Forza skills, excuse me. So that's a third person they could send in. And maybe send QWERTY Bosey. No, Loki Brent was one of their racers from last season, so that's number 4. And number 5, I think Bosey looked like like he raced a little bit. He doesn't race in real life, obviously. He's a safe driver that follows all the rules of the road to the letter. And then over on the Bucks, I'm looking at Solo again here. Don't let the other racers define how you play this. And any of those, like, funny enough, the console players, I think, have a better chance of something like Forza. Plug your Xbox controller in and play.
And go for it. And again, the Bucks are still trying to figure out who they are.
Oh, yeah. Fair. That is completely fair. Like, the identity of this team is going to be defined over the course of, like, I'll say the first half of the season. Cool. I'm gonna make this assumption. The Bucks are watching this back now. If I was the GM of the Bucks, first thing I would start with is identify strengths. What games are you good at? What games are you bad at? And start to build off of those strengths. And from there, you pick like a category that you feel like you can secure. So far today, shooters to me feels like their biggest boon in being able to secure. Oh, but they didn't win any shooters. Cool. They didn't win any shooters. But that's against a good team of shooters.
One game that I would start with, honestly, after watching the Bucks play is Gears. Start with Gears. Because I feel like they did really good in Valorant. And they didn't do too well in Fortnite, right? And we really didn't get to see Apex. But Fortnite and Gears are the two that we've seen, like, at least the most of, because when they started up Fortnite and Spawn, they got shut down the first time, and then the second time they survived for a little bit longer. But then you have to think about what just happened in Gears. You know, it was just because they did really well in Halo. You know, or at least they tried to, you know, the best that they could. So now we really need to work on Gears. That is a major one. So then what else did they have that they didn't do too well in?
Again, there were glimpses, like you mentioned in Valorant. There were glimpses. They had that round where they won very clearly. They can play. The Madden game was pretty close. I think if they slow down a little bit, that can be all right.
Wreckfest. They need to understand the fundamentals of Wreckfest.
All of this to me goes back to one core concept. You all are joining UEL. One thing a lot of people don't realize is you are used to getting on the game with either one of your friends or into a random group of people you will never see again and playing. That is not how this league works. You have a group of people that you need to talk to and to work with and play off of. Your strengths should try to cover their weaknesses. Your weaknesses should be covered by their strengths. I don't just want to see you getting on the game and playing with somebody. I want y'all in practice talking. All right, what is our plan in Car X Drift? We're sitting down here. All right, who is if our best racer we're saying is Solo? How can we help Solo? Solo, what do you need? Okay, I want some space. I want this. All right, cool. How do we build around that? Solo, if you are the carry in this game, I'm looking at you and saying, do you know the cars in this game? You need 5 separate cars in this game. 5 separate cars.
I believe we have a technical timeout, if I'm not mistaken.
Forza does take a little bit of time to set up. And essentially what's going to happen is I'm looking at, like, I look at every team and there should be a structure to where it's all feeding back into each other, because you ultimately learn to trust your teammates, and that trust is going to be what builds there. You can raw diff people in this league. I'm not going to ever say you cannot do that. But that is a much bigger mountain to climb, because I will tell everybody right now, if today I said to you, can you fight 7 people on your own? You're going to look at me like I'm insane. I'm like, cool, you have 6 other people with you. Use them. Work together to build that. I'm speaking from firsthand experience to say to y'all, what y'all have is playoff potential. People can, oh, well, the league has changed, the league is this, the league is that. The league has people that are way cockier than they need to be sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Look at Hollywood. Dang, that was wild. I can't wait to see
I can't say nothing. I can't. I'm like, I've said this about, I want to play the Reapers. I want to play the best team in the world. And everybody can look at that as insane, but I don't think you come to this league if you want the easy road, if you really want to play for that $100,000.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, honestly, for the Bucks, like you said, they're in one of the harder divisions, right?
People don't want to talk. The Gorillas have consistently proven that they are a playoff caliber team.
Oh, 100%.
And when people are like, well, they lost to Eclipse, who only lost to the Reapers last season. So where is their terrible team? Oh, that's right. To all the fighters out there, I'll say, if people want me not to be general, how many of y'all has really beaten Gat like in a set? That's right, not many of y'all. I'm pretty sure that was the rookie fighter of the year, because he took down some of the veterans too on his warpath.
Again, last season, it's literally the season of the rookies.
I'm here to just. The league is not easy, but the league does give back what you put into it. If you're willing to practice and put the time in and learn UEL, anything is possible.
Oh yeah,
anything is possible. And now we're gonna get here into Forza, and you know, Forza's. I'm saying all this like Forza did not go horribly last night too, but you know, I think it's a game that we could. It's another team-based game. Like this season is teams. Like I think last season there are 4 1v1 games. You want to be hilariously. There are 4 1v1 games on this wheel. Yu-Gi-Oh, which the Bucks won. UFC, which the Bucks won. Pokemon, technically, which was an FF, but the Bucks won. And the 4th one, what am I forgetting? F1, which the Bucks lost because they crashed out. Cool. So 3 out of 4 1v1s you took, and then another game where it was just one of y'all in DBD, you won. So clearly skill is there.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Clearly, you run the ones and you do it. So figure out how to play as a team. And if anybody out there's like, but I don't know, I'm like, cool, then be the person. Oh, I play Overwatch, which hasn't rolled yet. Get people on. Play the game.
I don't want to see Overwatch roll.
Oh no. I today is not the day for now.
We already saw Valorant. That's enough. As the production staff, we don't even want to see Overwatch.
No, I don't.
No, I'm just joking. Of course, I want to see Overwatch, but
I don't think that one. What fighting games have we missed? We missed missing some. Guilty Gear rolled, Street Fighter rolled, DNF rolled, MK rolled, DBFZ rolled. There's something else. Smash. Smash is a great equalizer. That's a different fighting game. We might be moving. And then 1v1s with items. So
I feel like that would be a good game for Fear to potentially win. But we also have to remember that TOG actually used to be really good at Smash as well.
He's old now.
Oh, that's right.
Old and washed.
That's right.
Tender loving game. Throw him like a pod into the washer and let him go. I'm interested to see. So this setup again, it does take some time. You have to get 10 people into a lobby, and funnily enough, people don't necessarily.
Looks like I think we have a timeout from the Trollz.
I think we have two timers going at the same time, which is a little bit hard to read, but yeah, I believe we do. But that was the Trollz' last timeout because they don't have one anymore. They do still have their FFs. They got 20 minutes to win 4 games. 20 minutes to win 4 games.
They said that they wanted to lead by 20. Honestly, I really would like to see the Bucks get an additional win. So, if we do get to see the Bucks actually win a game, I mean,
I'll pop off. I tell people all the time, if you walking around like you gonna perfect me in a fighting game and I get a hit on you, I'm like, damn, you trash.
Yeah.
And you gonna be looking at me like, what? I'm like, you're trash. You said you were gonna perfect me. Don't make a claim and then be mad when you don't get it. And we may have a technical issue with FIFA. We're trying to get that resolved, and then we'll get right in the game, or we might just skip it and move on and come back, or just we're right here towards the end of the game. I'm trying to think what else is left on the wheel. We have played 24 games, so there's 9 left. Forza being the 25th, so 8 beyond Forza. We haven't seen Smash, which we already mentioned. As we look towards the strategy category, League of Legends hasn't rolled. Honestly,
matter of fact, Stream Tech, can we go ahead and get that wheel up real quick while we're already waiting on this timeout, please?
Honestly, League of Legends might not be bad.
League, I think League may actually be a
competitive. I actually think it'll be competitive because beyond Havoc and Psycho, I don't know anybody on that team that plays a bunch of League. Cordy used like they've learned the basics, but they don't know. And
Cordy's actually pretty good too.
His Mordekaiser go a little dummy. So my look on the other side though is Sparrow's pretty good at the game. I don't know anybody else on the team, but Sparrow does have he's a player that has like single carry potential, especially if you don't ban out his champion. We've seen that you can win League 4v5 if people are allowed to play some of their best stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%. And honestly, I do think that I want to see a little bit more from Baba Yaga, right? He really hasn't had his opportunity to shine and really show what he can do. And I feel like League would be one of those games that he may potentially be really good at.
It's surprisingly, it's a game now that's been out for like 13 years, and the amount of people that have touched it is ridiculous. If you owned a PC, most people have like heard at the very least of League of Legends.
Oh yeah, I've heard of League,
and definitely possibly touched it at this point.
And that's not good. I think we.
So again, that's
and I mean,
that's fair to a degree, but I know again it's.
I mean, again, as a leader, so for those of you who don't know, it does look like Fear has left the building. He had to apparently deal with some stuff or take care of something. So that means that the Bucks will have to go on without their lead.
So yeah, an example here is the next game that rolls. If it is not a 1v1, which, as I just said, do not exist on the wheel anymore. Fear will be placed in the game because you have to keep them in your lineup, but they will be playing down a person, guaranteed.
And that person in Fear is going to have to go in for that rotation.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. And I do believe that the Trollz may have forfeited.
Yeah, because they're 5 points now. They're 5 points now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4.
So a lot's going on at the end of this game. I do feel like that the Bucks really needed, that leadership from Fear. But, there's not much you can do about that. Rocket League's up next. That is definitely a win for the Trollz because Bosif and Cordy are definitely going
I
after
just
that.
realized even if you send 4 in here, you're playing down a man because Fear has to go in.
Honestly,
Or-
I would
Honestly, I would send 1 in and let it be Fear.
Yep, because the way we do it at here at the UEL, it's up to
1 to 4.
1 to 4 people, kind of like we did for Fall Guys.
Yeah.
So it is definitely up to them. That is a really good play to place Fear in by himself and not have to worry about that. But like again, he doesn't have that leadership, and like you're in the middle of a game, bro. I don't agree with that. It does not look good on the Bucks end. It does look like it's not even the Bucks. It doesn't look good as a player. And I understand things happen, bro.
Yeah.
Things happen. And life happens. But that sucks.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Again, Fear as a person and as a player, knowing him, I don't think he's not the type to just leave. Unless it was something legitimately serious. But at the same time, I think coming from a leadership position, I think your team will look at you different.
Yeah.
Knowing that like after everything, even in like the last 20 minutes, and again, great reason, that's something for the Bucks to iron out. That is not something for us.
That's true.
But it's one of those things that has to be handled and addressed. And I hope that it's funny because like I'm not on the Bucks anymore, and so people might look at me weird, but like I do care about them.
Absolutely.
And
Oh man.
and they didn't.
Sparrow's
So
face.
when you switch accounts in Rocket League, there's a chance you have to do the tutorial. And so if you don't get to the game and you switch to your personal account and you don't do it before the game starts, then you're now stuck in a tutorial that you have to do,
Oh yeah.
which will ultimately lead to another forfeit if they're not able to somehow finish the tutorial and get into game in 1 minute and 20 seconds.
And the tutorial I don't believe is too long, right?
No, it's not. It's not too long. Like basically, like they're at the end. Basically, I think right here. But it still takes some time. And again, that's a preparation thing. That's a thing to be aware of. And I didn't know that till yesterday. But luckily, again, somebody else knew and was able to tell me and just prepare and let people know, like, hey, do this. And again, people in the league, for the most part, do care. You ask them, they will give you that information. Or if there's most of the stuff, like, even today when I was in here and people were coming in, stuff that I remembered, I was like, yeah, just a heads up, you might want to check this.
And I mean, one thing that you also want to realize is that first off, whose setup is it?
Because of the FF on Forza, I'm almost certain that it's probably the Bucks setup.
Okay, so that even if they didn't get it,
The
within
Bucks. So the Bucks were forced to forfeit that game because technically, like, there's no way they could finish it. I also make the wild guess that they just solo sent in Fear. So you can put a single person in by himself.
what? That would mean, so I believe that 300 is taking a big part in helping to coach them, and I think that's exactly what 300 told him to do.
And we're going right into NBA, which the Trollz also want as a team. They have low-key Brent. I think they get a full reset off of this. And you're looking at QWERTY, Bosif. Honestly, pick probably Rafiki. I don't know.
And you know what? You were absolutely right. So you put in Fear, they put in Fear. Yeah. And technically, that's a forfeit because Fear can't play.
Like, he's there, but we're just going to set a car and you can't, like, okay, cool. The car's going to sit there for however long. Baba Yaga, smart call. It tells me that you've been paying attention to UEL, and that is absolutely the correct play to do there.
If not Baba Yaga, then he's remember, he has 300 right there.
Yeah. And, like, I say that because he found a way to work with Fear not being here and still get out in a game that you were probably, even if you send 4v3, unless your player is really good, you probably go ahead
and so also for
the next, did we get an next roll spin?
It was 2K. And 2K is a 2v2. Oh, that's right. 2K is a 2v2.
Low-key Brent QWERTY. Well, I feel like low-key can
I say QWERTY and Bosif, bro.
I feel like low-key, well, QWERTY and Bosif can't both go in. Low-key has to go in. You don't have the choice. That's why I think low-key QWERTY. QWERTY can probably just play a scorer, and then you let low-key play big man. And he probably can handle it. But, he gets to go in for... Look, I'm all the Bucks all season. Former Bucks, we going. Current Bucks, we going in. Tay Smother, the amount of sports players on the Bucks that I will step up as a leader and say we could not support them. Tay is a great example of it, as well as Tay Smothers is a great example of it, as well as Cowboy Slim are two players that we as a team could not support them to the level they needed, but we're still able to put on great performances. When we had good 2K lineups, we were able to play a lot more competitively. I think I'm missing one game. I think I'm missing something. My brain is like missing some game.
I don't think that they I want to see if we can check the score. I think the score may be off. 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm hearing this from the stats man himself.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, please do a quick check. But production I know has that. But yeah, so we have okay, so it looks like it's gonna be Solo and Smutters. That's definitely Smutters sitting down and not Homunculus. Solo and Smutters going up against Low-Key and QWERTY. Don't let this be a forfeit because of an unfortunate for lineup.
That would suck.
Please don't let this be a forfeit because of lineup. Because that is definitely I look, one of the few things I know my players. That is Homunculus walking up now in the bag, and heading towards the PCs. You got to know your players' names. And so here, oh my God, TLG, go sit down. Oh my goodness. The big thing is looking at everything here. I want Tay to get a chance to get to play, but what's going to really come down to is I want to see the amount of support both players play. We know that Low-Key Brent plays an amazing support role in any sports game pretty consistently, and then from there we also have QWERTY. Now, because of the technical issue, we have moved to 2v2, which does change how teams have to play around people. It really does require a different type of teamwork for people to be playing with one another and to go from there. So it does look like it was corrected. It was correct. It's Smutters who was available versus Solo.
Okay.
And Solo versus QWERTY as well as Low-Key. So QWERTY is taking Kobe Bryant and D Wade, I'm gonna immediately guess is Tay, if I remember correctly. I think he played a pretty mean D Wade last season anyway, in the last 2
Okay.
So I'm gonna operate off of that. We will find out here shortly. But knowing that it's Kobe here on QWERTY, I expect to see some movement and everybody playing. They're getting their sightings set up and ready to go. If you don't know, we start the game, we let players get their shots and everything. corrected how they like it. You get a chance to see, you know, people like meter on, some people like meter off, some people like these different things. So we just got to let everybody get in and get their settings so everybody's as comfortable as possible. And then I believe they give the ball back because if you get first pick of character, then you don't get ball first.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And so we'll probably see a turnover into another. So yeah, Taste Mutters is Wade, and we're looking at Cordy as Kobe Bryant. So the matchup I really do want to watch, at least early on, is going to be Tay as well as Cordy, because both are going to want to be scoring, kind of creating pressure offensively for their team. Even though there is the ability of the big men to also do this, until I think there's like an impasse, or unless there's a big difference in the two taller characters, because it's Giannis versus I believe oh goodness, why is his name Kevin Durant? Unless there's a really big difference between the two of them in terms of actual skill, I don't think that. I think both of these teams are going to be playing towards those
what
players.
happened?
I think somebody hit the media button.
Just go. He said, "Who paused?" And player.
Somebody did not disconnect their controllers, possibly.
That's unfortunate. So looks like we're just trying to figure out who's this whole debacle for the controller, and outside of that,
And very clearly, both teams kind of want to play, so I think that's why they're like, no one's like pushing for forfeits or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's very clearly a situation where both teams want to play. We're right at the end of the game. I think they're looking to close it out, maybe possibly with this, and like let the players like have a chance to play here. The only thing that could come up is a forfeit from the Trollz, which is not going to happen. The Trollz want to play this.
oh yeah, of course
Like-
Cody's gonna want to play this.
All right.
So
Taste Mutters is locked in off there in the bottom right hand corner. You can see a little bit of Solo, and then you see Loki Brent on the far right, and QWERTY there in his red Trollz jersey towards the middle. A lot of players. Again, for those that don't know, Fridays and Saturday games do start at 6 p.m. EST, and they do run a little bit long. I think
Thursday and
Thursday. What I
Thursdays
said
and
Friday. I said Friday. Saturday is tomorrow's game is at 3 p.m. and then Sunday we'll be back at 2 p.m. On tomorrow's game on Saturday, it will be the Bots and the Reapers, two of the strongest teams in the Northern Conference, that you'll want to come out and take a look at. Billy showed off his 3-man prowess on their first game on Thursday, and I think Hollywood has been very outspoken about looking for the three-peat, and that he doesn't think anybody can really challenge the Reapers like that.
Now, this will be the bots game tomorrow. The bots and the Reapers game would be really interesting to see. And the reason for that is because I think that because it's a weekend game, they have some people who have more availability.
Yeah.
So we may not be seeing another three-man go dummy.
Go dummy, bro. The 3-man go dummy. All right, they're swapping. So it looks like we're ready to get here into game. Ball in on Wade. And
Wade.
I guess
is-
Wade
so,
was the first pick. Okay.
Yeah. So that's so black are the
Birdie
Trollz.
just blows by him for a quick dunk.
Easy. He already knows what's happening here.
Nice
Boom.
pass in.
It doesn't get it.
Not
Passes
able to
back
do
over.
it. He gets back on defense, which is good. I think QWERTY's going to try that. He gets that first step and is looking to immediately bait. They got to talk to each other. And
And they are trying their best to flex.
immediately I can tell that the Trollz are feeling themselves. And this is where I'm looking at Tay. Nice attempt, but he gets it.
Got him with the
ripped by
fake.
Giannis. Nice pass to a quick put in. Both the players on the Trollz do play this, and it's another synergy situation where as much as we talk about kind of QWERTY being willing to take over games and doing that, he knows when to dish off to teammates once he kind of has enough pressure on them.
Right.
Kicking it over, that should be an open shot.
Buckets.
Looks like Tay was just stuck down under the basket. Not sure exactly what happened. I'm wondering if the two of them are. Once again, it looks like he's just willing to start to take over the game. He recognized that maybe he has to try to put this on his back. He's going to have to go ahead and keep up his best with Kobe. Get over. Can you get over there? Yep. Nice job not jumping. Nice job just contesting and stopping the drive-in. He picked up his dribble, so now he has to pass out or shoot it. Good job by low-key coming to help him. Contested shot. All right, this is y'all's chance to get back in. Don't be lazy with the pass. And immediately gets it picked up, and it's put back in.
So a lot of what's happening is Tay is doing. I don't think that Solo really plays this game very often. So it is really up to Smutters to try his best to pretty much carry it.
A nice play, almost, beautiful. But a nice finish. But he gets his rebound back. It gets yoinked.
Sir.
It gets completely yoinked.
Give me
Giannis.
that back, bro. Not in my house.
Not in my house. Yo, why doesn't nobody play the Dikembe Mutombo? Bring him back, Lee. I'm definitely not talking about me. I'm not playing Dikembe. Ooh, almost got dunked on. Who's going to get the ball first? It looks like it's definitely going to be Giannis. He's looking to make a play, kicks it back out to Kobe, who's completely open on the three for another quick shot. Trollz dominance. I think this is the story that we've been seeing all day played out in what might just be the final game of the night, where there are glimpses, there are definitely moments where the Bucks are able to get something started, but it's just team play and an overall like being an indie gamer. It's the best way I can say it. People that have experience in this league and what's going to happen. A foul to stop the play, reset the play here. It's going to go back in. Now it's up to Wade. Nice job catching him off of the pick. And immediately plays him up, but it gets blocked. And QWERTY's out the three-point line. And that's green bean, green forever. And this becomes the issue. You notice now, look how far Giannis is sagging off just in case he tries to play. And he still manages to beat them.
Yeah.
But the idea now is he's just going to sag further off, knowing that, hey, he doesn't want to pass out. Wasn't able to get any help there from Durant. But trying to understand how to play offense and defense between two people is definitely difficult if you don't have somebody that plays a lot of sports games with you. So you need somebody that's able to work with you and understand the game on the same level as you. And I think now they might start trying to go to Giannis to just put pressure more on the player that doesn't really know. He's getting close to some of these shots, but he's just not able to finish it completely by himself. And now he's jumping early. You can tell there's a little bit of like being flustered in the gameplay because like it's just frustrating. Like at home, you have people you coordinate with. You know that you know how to play this game.
Right.
Why is somebody on the court?
Don't worry about that.
But now you're just getting the give and go. You're just getting this give and go going back and forth.
Yeah, he is on the court. He is all up on the court.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell. I forget they have court. They just stand there. They don't care. Nice job. I like that they let him hold the ball at least some, because it at least puts the threat of like, hey, we're not just going to pass it off every time. You have to pay attention to us. He's trying to go in. Nice job just taking it for a quick score. If they're not going to chase me, then you get the points for free that way. And he didn't move. He just didn't move. 5 points to win, I believe, for the Trollz here. Bad pass, and he's not willing to take the shot. That's one of the key signs of somebody not being super comfortable with 2K, isn't a lack of willingness to just take a shot like that when you're given that much daylight. You got to just be willing to compete, and they managed to stop it. He gets his rebound again. This time he hesitates, knowing that Loki's going to just jump immediately back up.
And QWERTY's just showing all types of
That was
dominance.
Loki Brent, too. Like, the two of them are whole just putting on a show and having some fun. Reaches for the ball, beats it out, and now Tay is just catching them jumping. And I think he's starting to realize ways that he can kind of attack this whole situation, but is unable to be able to capitalize on it, unfortunately, just because of the point differential at this point.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing about like trying to download as fast as possible.
Once again, like, he's getting in. He's managing to get his point started. He's just not able here to get anything
Ain't no way.
else. And Giannis gets the rebound. Puts it back in.
Yep. Oh, 18-9.
And he almost loses the
get
ball,
it?
but he keeps it back. Gets blocked this time.
Oh, and doesn't
Nice
put it back
foul.
up.
Nice foul to just stop the play. Just force
Cut it
everything
out.
to reset again. And now we're going to see there's going to be a pick here. Corey's trying to beat him. Nice
Corey
shot.
gets it
That was
in
just
like
a
games.
nice shot. Corey's showing 2K 23, 24. Don't matter. I still got the shot on me.
Okay, there you go.
You need to switch hands to the defender side. So they'll block this. Here we go. 2 points will end the game. I think they might just look for a 2-point shot to go ahead and end
Cordy,
it.
stop it. Let's go. All right, now they just need one more.
What? Going back up. Boom. Nice job. He's forcing it. I like Cordy just still staying out on Durant, just on the off chance. A nice play, and they're able to still get in. They're starting to find it, but it's like I mentioned it before. The game. This is a tale of the game of just you're starting to figure some stuff out. Now they're showboating.
Yeah, of course they are. Why wouldn't they?
He's looking to take it in. He kicks it back, and it just looks like they're constantly rotating. They're catching him out of position. He jumps. Oh, he could have gone up for that, but it was a really awkward position to try to make a shot from. Wow. All right, Trollz.
Better stop playing with your food. Just end it.
And
there we go. And I believe that is the game.
2K. The final game of the night going to the Trollz with a dub.
All right, well,
A dub.
that's crazy.
It's a crazy game. It's a crazy game. We should be getting them in here, I think, shortly for a winner's interview.
Go ahead and grab that.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead.
Bring that on over, kid.
We're gonna need this here in a second. Just go ahead, let them.
You know, TLG gonna come in here and want to talk his talk.
Oh no, we gonna start with where they messed up. Oh, they ain't getting away with none of this. No. They gonna learn. Y'all top team. Y'all getting. We gonna have some conversation about what exactly happened. But I do want to give, before we even get there, big shout out to the Trollz. They did play an amazing game. They showed why coming out of the Southern Conference, they're one of the teams to watch. Playing another team in their conference, a team where they're expected to dominate a game. They were able to do so. The Bucks putting 5 up on the board is still a respectable number. You have something to build off of. I want y'all to come back, rewatch this game, talk to each other, and figure out what your team identity is.
Yeah.
So next time we see you, you are playing more as a team. But I think we're going to be getting the Trollz, the LA Trollz in here shortly to have a conversation about this here game. In the meantime, if you are watching this, you can check out any games you may have missed from any of the weekends or past seasons over on twitch.tv, not twitch.tv, well, twitch.tv UL Esports, but also youtube.com UL Esports. And here we go, coming in, the victorious LA Trollz will be joining us right here on the desk, here on the desk.
Let's get in here.
We're gonna get started. Don't fight, please, don't fight.
Yeah, come on, keep on coming.
Come on.
Hey, get yourself in the corner. No. Go get yourself in the corner.
All right. So I'm gonna. We've been doing this a little bit. We're gonna start with a little. We're gonna grill y'all a little bit. All right.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just gonna ask the first question. What happened with Pokemon?
We wanted to set a strategy. We're already up.
yeah.
Why show our team?
Fair. That's a fair answer. Holding strategy.
Good
All right.
stuff.
Beyond that, I'm looking at y'all. Y'all did great as a team. Y'all did great. Now y'all ones. Y'all running the ones in Yu-Gi-Oh! UFC.
Hold on, he got his glasses. Give him his glasses.
And
Give him his
I
glasses.
can't see.
Give him his glasses.
So, just to clarify, those are a couple games we already talked about working on in the following coming weeks.
Okay.
I also just want to go ahead and put out there, our goal today was 20 wins. That's the goal we set weeks ago for our debut match. And we met our goal because that's what we're going to do all season is we're here to play and we're here to fight and we're coming for everybody.
All right. Fair. I'm going to give y'all that first fair. Now, let's have a little bit of celebration, okay? We're going to start off here. All of y'all performed. Across every single category on this wheel, y'all had wins in. Not just like small wins. Y'all showed what it meant to be a team in UEL. So do y'all, as a team, have any highlights that y'all want to talk about specific? Guilty Gear, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Fear was talking all that mess. And
No.
Go ahead,
Here we go.
I talked to Fear yesterday.
because I called him, and he was like, "Yo, you better forfeit Guilty Gear because this is the first time I've actually beaten his goal, Lewis. Thank you, FL. Thank you, Guilty Gear, for giving me a dumb character."
I'd like to shout out and also talk about the other fighters on the team today. They really stepped up this season. They put a lot of work in, a lot of practice in for these fighters to show everybody that it's not just TLG that's gonna fight on this team. Anybody else want to bring something up?
Yeah, anybody here, feel free. Cause look, we had Fortnite wins. We had
TLG MVP and Fighter of the Year.
Oh, sorry.
I see y'all.
We on stream.
I cannot say other than I think y'all proved why people are on the lookout for the Trollz this season. All of y'all have played immensely well. So the last question I have is, do y'all have anything for your next opponents, the Southern Conference, the UE as a whole? This is your platform. Go ahead and talk your talk.
All right, so first thing I'm going to say is y'all haven't even seen our rookies yet. That's all I'm going to say. One of them's in the building right now. The other half of the Bash Brothers right here, 50 cal. Psycho Flames brother, y'all going to see him stunting pretty soon as well.
The people want to know, TLG, why your Rio so trash? And that's the only question I got, bro.
I played like
this up.
dog water.
Yeah.
No, I play like dog water. My Rio is way better than that. And most of y'all know, Third knows especially, and Strix. But yeah.
Hey, yo, let's. That's and why did I talk? That's why I'm. Yo, I'm ready to go. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Reapers versus Bots, 3 p.m. EST. I'll be here, bro. I'm tired, bro. I'm ready to go. Good night. Good night. Good night.